Whispered promises straight to my heart. I'd never noticed, but you were never there, you were never there. Hey, you gave me roses, set me apart. All I felt was bliss, but you were never there, you were never there. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Baby, just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Down in empty streets, looking for joy. I don't wanna admit I'm better on my own, better on my own. You say we're not meant for each other. I'm not sure of this. I won't give up on this, I won't give up. Cause I don't wanna be, hey, like the one to flee, like the one to leave. I never surrender, but ever remember my lover. Did you give up on me? Have you never learned to listen? Sorry, I will never be, even if you're the one you wanna see. Think it better go someplace I don't know, cause I got your picture on my mind. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Baby, just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where.
Good evening to everyone. Everyone who is watching right now. Hey, late night Trave, how are you, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. Everything is doing good. How about you? Hope you're doing okay. Let me lower a little bit of the music here. It's a little too loud. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's on a Saturday. I was a bit like, oh my god, like I gotta make the video. I gotta do it. I was a bit tired. I just wake up too late. This week, of course, you know, it's always after the holiday, after Memorial Day. It's like you go back to work on Tuesday and you're like, man, if the week feels so weird and you're super tired and it feels like you just want it to be over the week. So finally came over and I'm thinking I'm gonna do this on Saturday. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make videos or that I can edit and stuff that I need to work on. And the way went and nothing really happened. But we're doing good. We're doing good. Just definitely ready today for this video. I was going really through the list of things that are just coming up. I'm blown away always by what the companies are producing, and it's always amazing really to see what companies are producing. There's so much stuff in the collectibles world, whether there is in action figures or in toys. There's so much to see. It blows my mind. Like, we live in a time where, you know, it's so easy sometimes to complain, to say, wait, you know, everything is terrible, like but to be honest, we are better off now than we ever been. Living on a prayer. Oh, well, I'm glad late night. I hope everything is working for you. I think we all are in some way or another. I think we have to always put our trust, you know, seek God, and just to put everything, you know, we all come through challenges so easy, and some days are, man, just holding on, trying to hold on to things. But I hope that everything works out for you. I'll definitely put you in keep you in my prayers, and everyone else who's watching, you know, I'll keep you in my prayers. I'll be praying for anyone. And you know, life is tough for all of us. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, which is crazy. And I think sometimes it's so easy to see the big problems and not see the small problems. You know, we concentrate so much on the things that we cannot change, Like sometimes we concentrate on the problems that happen in this country with political upheaval here in the United States. The stuff that the news always is trying to, portray about good and bad. The wars in the world. I cannot really change the wars in the world. I cannot change the economy. But I can definitely pray for, I can change my small world, at least my point of view, and try to make a difference for those who are around me, which are our loved ones, our friends, and pray. It's all you can do. But I hope you're doing good, my friend. I always thank you always for your support. You've been always a blessing to have here, always coming, stopping by, always saying hello, always participating. I appreciate that very, very much late night. But my friends, today it's definitely an interesting day. And again, we have a lot to talk about. And today I want to talk about the companies that I'm going to give you a list of the companies that we're going to cover today. I want to talk about a new company called ReVenture Studios. This is the new company between the owner of Spec Fiction and also David Igo. David Igo, the great artist. He's also, they come into a partnership. They open a new company. We're going to look at that today. We're going to look at Joy Toy, a company that I've never really talked about here. If you're a Warhammer 40K fan, we're going to talk about the stuff that they have on pre-order this week and all the stuff that they actually produce, which is amazing. We're going to talk about Mezco toys. We're going to look at McFarlane toys. We're going to look at Flame toys. You're a Transformers fan. We're going to look at Threezero. Of course, Hot Toys is never missed. Hot Toys is always part of the conversation every week. We're going to look into the mid-size statues. We're going to look at figurines. We're going to look at DC Direct. We're going to look at Iron Studios. Of course, the Iron Studios Inside Day just happened yesterday. So we're going to look at the stuff that they showcase and the stuff that went on pre-order today. We're gonna look at Kotobukiya. The Kotobukiya has a lot of in this case Artifacts J and Artifacts Plus, things that went on pre-order this week. If you're a fan of anime, we're gonna look at the stuff that they actually have. We're gonna look at Good Smile Company. We're gonna talk about Quarantine Studio. We're gonna talk about Cartoon Kingdom. We're gonna talk about Tsume Art, and we're gonna look at a company called. I think it's a company. It's called Collectibles. I think the name is big. I just forgot the name. We're gonna talk about it. They have a Black Clover 1/6 scale statue. We're gonna look at it today. On the large size, we're gonna look at Sideshow. They have a teaser of an X-23. A lot of people are not happy about this teaser. We're gonna look at it today. We're gonna look at the Captain Rex PF that went on pre-order. We're gonna talk about some teasers that went for Legendary V Studios. They have a Joker and a Harley Quinn 1/3 scale teaser. Pretty interesting, very nice looking. We're gonna look at it at this teaser today. Of course, we're gonna talk about JND Studios. They have the John Wick 1/3 scale statue. Some people are divided about it, but it went on pre-order today. We're gonna look at Prime One Studio and Blissway with the half-scale Batman 1989 Batman statue. Looks very, very good. So we're gonna look at it today. We're also gonna talk about replicas. I want to talk about a prop replica from Tamashii Nations. If you're a Demon Slayer fan, they have a new sword on pre-order. We're gonna look at Factory Entertainment, another another replica. They have, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, they have in this case a replica of one of the crowns. We're going to look at it today. And finally, in the end, I want to talk about, probably in the end or before that, I'm going to talk about PCS with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the ground diorama, which did amazing. Hey, Squad, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by, too. Hope you're doing okay, having a fantastic Saturday. So we have a lot of stuff to cover today. I definitely, I want to cover a lot. But it's because, it's hard, and I'm just trying to go through the best things because there's so many other things that are happening, and I'm just trying to dissect, trying to get the best, and I try to cover as much as possible because it's fun to talk about it. Even if I don't collect everything, it's just fun to talk about these things. And hopefully with this time, if you spend the time here on this channel with me, at least I help you to have some entertainment. Maybe you don't have nothing to watch, although there's a lot to watch, perhaps better channels to watch. But at least, have some fun, kick back, relax a little bit on Saturday after a long day. I'm probably sure some of you have to work and still at work. So I hope you're doing, having a good day. In any case, let's get into it. Before we cover that, I want to mention that I did, I don't know if you have seen some of my, posts that I did here on the channel. I do have my Enterprise by Tomy for sale. I thought about it for a while. I thought, do I sell it now? Do I want to sell it? Do I really want to get rid of it? Because I love it very much. It's a very nice piece. and I had it on display, and it looks fantastic. But ultimately, I just decided to let it go, you know, because I need some funds. And also, most importantly, more than the funds, because the funds I don't think is that the most important part, is I'm completely out of space, display space, and I have collectibles that are coming, and I don't know where to put them, and they're gonna go straight to the storage, and I don't want to have them in storage, some of the statues. So I have a couple of stuff, of course, Twitter head stuff. I have some other things, you know, even from Tomy. I have some diecast models and stuff. So I have a lot of things that I need to have. A lot of stuff is still boxed in that I need to review at some point, but I cannot get it out because I don't have a place to put it. So I just say, you know, I need the space. I need to buy a bigger house. That's what I need to do, which we are planning to do. But for the time being, and I don't want to have stuff on storage forever. And also, I was thinking, man, right now it's pricing really, really well. It's selling. People are asking for a lot of money for it. Maybe I can bank some good money right now and actually put some money into other things that I need in the channel. So I don't have to, you know, I've been spending a lot of money like, with a lot of stuff. So I might as well just make a recoup some of that. So I put it on sale. And ultimately, you know, over the years, I've been collecting for 20 years or so. And I'm telling you, I had to let go of so many things. And ultimately, you kind of miss it at some point, and then you're like, you know what, I let it go. I'm good with that. I think as a collector, you're constantly evolving, and to be honest with you, there's so much stuff nowadays that is coming out that I'm so eager, interested to grab, to have, and to review, to keep for a time, maybe a year or two, and they'll just let it go. I don't know. It's just I'm in that place in my life where I don't like to hold on to everything. I just like to let go. I like to enjoy life. Life is short. Just enjoy it for while it lasts. What the, you know, as long as I have this life that is a blessing, I'm just gonna enjoy my life, and I'm not just gonna be worried. Because definitely collecting things and you know, hugging so much stuff, or you know, having so much stuff in storage, it becomes so stressful, and it takes away the joy of having just the fun of just watching things and looking at things. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna miss it for a little bit, but then I'm gonna let go when the money comes, because it definitely is doing great. But yeah, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, just kind of give you a reference of what's happening. Let me take you to eBay. Maybe I can show you on eBay. Where is that? Right there. What is it that I have? Oh, Tomy Enterprise. Just to give you an idea, if anybody's interested on buying it, if you're interested, look at this one. This is right here. Ship is not specified. I don't know why it says that, because actually it's there, but that is, you see where is that right now price wise? It's 1600, and I only have like 2-3 more days. It's selling. You know, some people have been asking for $3,000 for it. I'm telling you, like, it's going up in price, so I'm already making money out of it. So this is where I kick myself for not buying two. I was thinking last night, man, I should have bought 3, you know, because you were able to buy up to 3. And I know other people bought a bunch of them after they had it on the outlet for the actual price, when I think whatever was remaining there. That is the reason it's so hard to come by now. So I'm selling it, of course, through eBay, which is the easiest way. And that's where it's at right now. I don't know why it has all this kingdom stuff, but here, just to give you an idea. If for some reason you are interested, here's you have it. Technically, it's in good condition. I already packed it and everything. I did pack it this week. Make sure that everything was working fine. But, you know, it comes with everything, new batteries, all of that. It's in really great shape. You know, I'm a collector for a long time, so I keep my stuff in tight shape. I take care of things. So if you are interested, you can come here. I said, it says ship to Costa Rica. It ships to any country. You know, I'm selling it internationally too. So if you are eager to buy, I recommend you to do it. Definitely right now, price-wise for this one, there's not many. I think there's only a few people asking for $3,000, and a lot of those are, you know, only shipping in the U.S. So it's super rare. So if you're interested, maybe I'm just doing this to advertise myself here, but I'm doing it because, hey, why not? The money will be nice, and definitely I need the space, because this is a space hogger, unfortunately. And I don't have the space for the time being, but it's cool. It's in great condition. You know, many of you follow my channel. You saw that, you know, I have to get a replacement body part that was sent by Tomy. It works like a charm. Everything, once they send it, everything is working. No problem. Electrical problems. So it's gonna be good. You know, either way, you definitely have a really nice model there, with all the everything is working as it's supposed to. It's in perfect condition. So yeah, already packed everything, ready to go. All right, so that I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up for those who are interested. If you're really willing, right there, JP Sari. That is, just look for JP Sari or Tomy Star Trek Enterprise. Look it up and you'll find it there. So go for it. So that's what I have. All right, that was just an advertisement for myself. But I want to talk about something. I'm gonna go to Facebook before we get into everything, into the announcements or the reviews and everything we have. I want to show you here. I want to talk about this ReVenture Studios right there. This is ReVenture Studios. This company, they actually Monster Palooza, which is happening this weekend. So here at Monster Palooza, you'll be able to see this. This is the first project they have. Now, to give you an idea who ReVenture Studios is, let me just go in there. This company is the partnership now. We're gonna look at that in a moment. Of these two guys right here, Todd Johnson, who is he's the CEO, which he's the president, and Dave Igo, which is the CCCO, which is the controller of the company. So they're both getting into this partnership. Technically, the ones who are gonna control everything that has to do with the art and everything's gonna be David Igo. The one that's gonna control anything that has to do with the financial side, of course, is gonna be Todd Johnson. Todd Johnson, the owner, the founder of Spec Fiction. David Igo, known for many years as art director with Sideshow for a long time, now with Twitterhead, and he's been involved with so many other companies. So this is very interesting. Let me just read it to you so to give you an idea for those who are unaware. Here it says, with almost 30 years of combined experience, Todd Johnson and Dave Igo have joined forces to create ReVenture Studios, a new company focusing to start on high-end collectibles. Todd Johnson, CEO, is the owner and founder of Spec Fiction, an online retail store and distributor offering thousands of various high-end collectibles all around the world for the last 11 plus years. Todd also really likes cyberpunk things, lots of live music, and rocking a killer Ramona cosplay. Dave Igo, CCO, has 18 years of experience combined as creative director, manager, and designer at Gentle Giant Studios, which he was there before Sideshow Collectibles, and Twitterhead, where he is still working closely with the company under Masters of the Universe and Myths and Monsters lines. Dave is an 80s kid, a product of the crazy and bizarre, and is actually colorblind, which I did not know that he was colorblind until now. And, which is amazing. You come to think of it, the stuff that he has ever done is amazing. And to be colorblind, that really tells you a lot about the talent and the effort that he has to put into things. So I say, David, man, you're amazing on that. I didn't know you were colorblind. And I thought the color of Coke, the liquid, was red until up to recently. Todd and Dave, both collectors themselves, decided that they were the yin to each other's yang. They complete each other. Less Jerry Maguire and more like an awesome two-cat Voltron or a really fine box red wine and pizza. And they should do something together. So ReVenture Studios was reborn, because ReVenture Studios, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was the name, but Todd already had a company, which was this one, and they already had a product on sale. But now that he's taking part of it, they kind of revamping this and they getting deep into it. So you could ask for a better team dynamic duo, said someone probably somewhere, and Todd and Dave agree. So if you're thinking out loud, this sounds awesome, you're probably really smart and very good looking. So stay tuned for more. If you laugh and think, another statue company, then you would probably want to stay tuned anyways, because that's just what trolls do. Oh, that's pretty good. That was pretty funny. We're not here to reinvent the game or make it all the products ever, which, hey, you cannot cover it all. We just want to make awesome stuff in a really fun and unique way for collectors to experience around the world. Hey, love Todd and Dave, and this is the picture of these two good-looking fellas. They are doing really nice. It's nice to see them. Here, there's the logo, of course, of ReVenture. This was a product that was done, that was released last year, as you can see. That's one, I think, the first product they ever did, which was really, really nice. I think that was it. Very cool. That was the first product, but now, of course, now let me show you what they're actually showcasing at Monster Palooza this week. Some people were already afraid that they, that David Igo has call it quits. I'm gonna show you something about David Igo actually posted on Facebook in a moment. But here I want to see you, ReVenture Studios. Of course, the first thing that they announced at Monsterpalooza is they're gonna start doing stuff with Threezero. Call it the Threezero Legacy. And here's a teaser of what they had to showcase there. And we're gonna look at the pictures. Here you have it. Also, they have other things there, which is amazing. I'm not sure this is also part of their work. Could be. Or might be just part of what this is on the Spec Fiction boot. More than likely. But this is the first thing they have. Which is a very nice looking concept with this. I don't know if it's Queen Cleopatra. And there's that... yeah, that's who she is. And she looks amazing. I don't know who sculpted it. I don't know if it was David who sculpted it. But it looks really, really good. That Panther looks amazing. This is an unpainted, of course, prototype. But it looks really... It's already promising. And this is what they're showcasing there. Very, very cool. So this is the first project that they have. And they showcasing it at Monsterpalooza. Now let me show you something about David Igo. Let me go to see David. Because of course Igo stuff right there. Stuff that he's been producing by himself. Here I'm gonna read some of the stuff that David posted, because people were already skeptical, saying, okay, so that means that he's parting ways when Twitter hit, and he had to kind of clear it out to say, no, I'm not parting ways with them yet. Kind of. We're gonna read some of what he said. Really excited to share a new adventure or ReVenture I got going on. Last year a few things came up. This stuff all kind of happened fast. The stars aligned, and now I have a newish statue company with Tuck Johnson. Bam, ReVenture Studios. But first, and very important, I'm still very much working with and involved with Twitterhead. Chad's given me a great opportunity to keep working with him on the Motu and Myths and Monsters line, as well as helping out with other stuff as needed. And I take that work and responsibility very seriously. The last thing I want is for people to think I'm abandoning Twitterhead and the Motu lines for any reason. Those projects are very near and dear to my nerdy heart, and I hope people know that they're still being treated as a top priority. Things are great. That work still keeps me very busy, but as Chad and I discovered late last year, it's less full-time work for me at Twitterhead, so I transitioned to hourly to work on a specific projects, which it's kind of like a bummer, I could say, because if you're working, that means that you're working on their salary. Perhaps he was working on salary, and now when he says that he's working hourly, so technically he's working by the time that he inputs in certain projects. So yeah, I would say that that's not necessarily the greatest thing for an artist. Or an art, and you know, with the caliber of David, you know, he's been involved in so many things, and if you're not working less and less and probably making less money by what you're doing, then definitely it's important to find ways to find your stuff. And of course, he produces his own, I think, vinyl or little things like Igo stuff. He produces his own things, but now this adventure with Todd into producing statues on its own, I think that is another way. And you know, you have to, at the end of the day, you have to make ends meet. So yeah, why not? You know, if you're not, he's going into another direction. Does that mean that he's gonna part completely from Twitterhead? I will tell you this, maybe not now, but that doesn't mean that it will not happen in the future. You never know how ReVenture is gonna shape. You know, it could be another company that doesn't really do much. But I would say that the partnership here is really good, because knowing David Igo, he is very dynamic. He engages with the people in a way. He knows a lot of people in the industry. He's very well known. He knows his art. He gets to it, you know, and he's fantastic in that department. So I think that on that, I think he's gonna give the best, and people are gonna be supportive of him. On the other hand, we have Todd has been great. The way he has developed Spec Fiction to grow the way he has grown as a company, it has been a lot of hard work. I remember when he started, I remember when he was very small, and now has become a company that is doing a lot, very, very good. And that's been because he has put a lot of work, a lot of tears, I guess, too. I would say, like every person who starts a business. So he has been good. So I think he is the numbers guy, you know, while, you know, I would say, and he is also very, I would say, you know, I've seen the stuff that he does, and I think that and the plans that he has even with his own company, so he's creative too. He has a creative side for sure. But David, of course, with experience, I think they combine and they make a good, team. So I wouldn't know if it's gonna work out for good, but why not? It could work and do really, really well. They can actually get bigger licenses, you know, more than Frazetta. Although Frazetta, I think, is going to do well. As a starting point is great. A lot of people, there's a lot of Frazetta fans out there. So yeah, I think so that there is a lot of potential. And, you know, maybe at some point he's going to have to part ways with Twitterhead. But for the time being, he is not. Which we can rest assured, he's a big Motu fan. If you know that he loves Motu, so it's something that he loves very dearly. So I'm sure that he wants to be involved in this line that he's been part of for a good time. You know, he's been involved deeply, and I'm sure that he has a lot of ideas, a lot of projects in the works now. But yeah, really, really excited. I'm keeping reading what he's saying here. Really excited about this new thing. I known Todd for a few years, but only last year did we finally get a chance to actually hang out and actually really get to know each other. Lots of people I know have ordered something from his company, Speculative Fiction Collectibles. Over the last 10 plus years, he's been in business, and Todd seems to have a 99.9% success rate in making collectors happy, which is true. What he's done and built is no joke. The logistics he has a handle on, the teams he's rally, and to offer online retail and distribution globally is really just a crazy thing. It is. He has done a fantastic job. I can say that. So I asked Todd, what's stopping you from making your own statues? And he mentioned he already had made one, an original piece on the ReVenture Studios, and that was a couple years ago. And how he wants to do more, but hasn't found the right other half. And then we were both like, holy smoke, we should make stuff together. So work together we are. More info soon, baby, and there you go. So yeah, I think so. It's happy, you know. I think it's happy news. I would say so. It's always good to see people that are part of this industry who are moving up. At least for me, I don't know. Some people might be different or whatever, but I always enjoy to see people changing and moving up in the world, and not just to do one thing, to do other things, and to find in the end the happiness of do what they want to do. And I think that there's the potential here for this company to succeed. There's potential also not to succeed, but we cannot live in the maybes. You know, we have to live in the possibilities of perhaps, you know, the yes, you know, I'm going to give my 100% whether it works or not, you know, why not? And I think this is another company, yes, but one that can bring something different, because sometimes we are marked by companies that already, most of the time, most companies, they start in a way, but because they are sometimes tied up to the license process, so sometimes they can do so much, and they're not things that they cannot do. And it seems that we are tied into getting to see the same franchises over and over. And I feel that there are so many things that can be done still, you know, that there's a lot of possibilities in this industry to go beyond just the basic Marvel stuff, or DC stuff, or Star Wars stuff, the stuff that is always in production. But to see other things, you know, why not? You know, to let companies go run wild and actually have their own ideas and maybe create their own visions and their own dreams, you know, and it would be great to see what ReVenture has in store. So we'll see. So I wish them luck. This is definitely good news, and we don't know how that the future will be, but definitely at Monsterpalooza, if you are there this weekend, stop by and say hello to them, and just look at the stuff they have, which I think is amazing, and definitely say hello and just congratulate them for finding success, or at least going after what they want to do with this, which is, I think, is a great idea. So there is that. All right, my friends, now we're getting into the nitty gritty of this stuff. I want to say again, thank you everyone who is watching here. Let me drink some water, because I was definitely excited on that one, so I was talking very fast. So sorry for being me. We're gonna go start talking about collectibles. Well, we're talking about collectibles, but talking about other things. Ooh, water's good. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching this for the first time, you like what you're watching. Also follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Consider supporting that way. All right, let's start with the action figures. And I'm going to go to, in this case, let me go to Sideshow Collectibles. Because I want to talk about a company that I've never really had the opportunity to talk about here in the channel. I don't remember that I have, but we're going to look at some of this stuff here, of course, many of this stuff here. Right here, I want to talk about this company called Joy Toy. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40K, then you're probably familiar with Joy Toy. This company produces like a series of army builders. You know, you have this, you can build this whole army of figurines and create this amazing dioramas. I've seen, and I follow some people on social media who build these dioramas, or they use and paint this type of models. Amazing. Now, Joy Toy create the figures, pre-made models. They look amazing. So now Sideshow is also carrying them. And I saw this pack, which is the Ultramarines Jump Pack Intercessors with Captain. So this is a 4-pack. Have, you know, $185. That's what it costs. And they're not really that big. They're like a 1/18 scale, so they're tiny. You know, I would say probably around this size. We're going to look at it in a moment. But they all look really, really amazing. They are around 4.8 inches tall, so they're less than 5 inches. But they have so many parts. They come with a lot of accessories. They are, they have articulation, so you can do that. They have the stands. And they look really, really fantastic. I would say, did you see the Zodiakos Sensei yet? Gemini announced this morning. No, I did not see it, my friend. I did not see it, so I gotta check. Was it on pre-order? If it wasn't, I don't know if it was on pre-order, but I didn't see it. But I'll check it, you know, when the time comes. But here, here you can see these figurines. They look really nice, and they're really nicely painted for such a tiny figures. This is all the parts. You can interchangeable portraits. You have the jetpacks. You have their weapons, the interchangeable hands. You know, it's just very nice little figures. They're not cheap, but keep in mind that you get a bunch of them to build, and you can create, and they're very postable and high quality models. So yeah, they're really nice. And then you get, of course, each one of them plus their captain. Very nice. This is a very nice. Each one is different. They're not all the same. You know, perhaps it's just different decoration, like this one, like this one right here. Look at the decoration on that one. Very nicely done. You can build these amazing looking armies. And there you go. So that's the one. So to give you an idea what Joy Toy does here at Sideshow, let's see what they have. They have other figures. They've been building these figures for quite some time. So you can find from all the different, you know, the big mechas or the Cure the War Master or his primary. This is already, a lot of this stuff has been sold out. So it sells really well. That's the reason Sideshow. And yeah, yes, it's on pre-order now on Kyoland, which I haven't seen here. And the statue trailer on Zodiakos YouTube. Cool, I gotta check it out. I probably will find the time to check it out. Maybe we check it out today. How about that? But yeah, we're looking at this one. Yeah, you see, it sells so well. They sell so good. These figures, man, this army completely sold out. You can build so much with this. That's why they, you know, Joy Toy has been making a killing. But if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, here at Big Bad Toy Store, let's see if we can find them. Right there. More figures on pre-order from Joy Toy, from Warhammer 40K. Here you have it. All the pre-order on the figures. You can buying a few separate. This, the 40K Space Wolves Lehman Russ Primarch of the 6th Legion. This is an amazing looking figure. And I'll tell you, I'm not really a big Warhammer fan. I really don't do a lot of their figures. But looking at these figures and the detail, it's impressive for this. And of course, that's what it merits the price point. Even though they're not big figures, 118 again. Less than around 5, you know, inches or so. The bigger ones, or the bigger armors might be bigger, of course. But that's the standard. And look at each one of them. Here you can see the same intercessors that we saw as a pack over there. You can buy them separately here. You can buy it at Sideshow as a pack with 4, or you can buy here for $44, pretty much $100. So it's cheaper to buy the pack than just buy them separately. Here you also have pre-orders, more pre-orders of some of the mechas. So yeah, Joy Toy, phenomenal company. I do like the stuff they're doing. Lately I've been more into the, I would say, Warhammer stuff. I've been playing some of the games lately on my PC. So I don't know, it's just I'm finding a little bit of more enjoyment. It's, you know, it's kind of fun, but I've never been like a super big fan. But yeah, this is cool. If you're building armies, you know, making big huge dioramas, then definitely you can do a lot with this company. They're not cheap, but Joy Toy is definitely doing really amazing. So I wanted to mention that here. Now I want to talk about another thing Mezco toys. And I want to talk about Mezco now. So let me take you to Mezco. Talking about figures, I want to talk about another figure, which is the one for this week, which is Dr. Octopus, Dr. Octavius here, that I see some people not liking much. Some criticism because of the price, some criticism because of the scale and size, or because he looks like he's too thin. And to me, I think they're all missing the point of people who are saying that, because I don't think he's too thin. I think he's just the right size. This is 112. As again, the price is always going to be a point, but if you already know this Mezco figures, you know that they're not in the cheap side. He's not chubby. He's just the regular size as he was when he was introduced. If you look at when Doc Ock was introduced in the comics, because technically what Mezco's been doing is more going into the classic look of the characters, whether it's a Spider-Man or every other character they have done is more like classic introduction of the character. So this is how Doc Ock used to look when he was introduced back in, of course, what was that, the 60s? So he has the body that he was, so he doesn't need to be chubby. Of course, I think later artists started making it chubbier, and then of course other artists even later that they make it muscular. But originally he was just a doctor that had this big head, but he was skinny. So I think they're going with that, and of course this is the classic, more in sort of way classic Spider-Man look. And I think they're trying to represent that. I think the portraits, in my opinion, are some of the best part of this. The tentacles are interchangeable. They're also flexible. And you can make a lot of things. Some people were criticizing also the tentacles. They weren't looking for more metallic tentacles. I think, you know, you don't really need them. I think this more like plastic, bendable plastic. I'm fine with. It definitely looks good. It has this, you know, code, lab code. I don't see a problem with the figure. I don't know what people were looking at, and the more I see it, the closer it represents Dr. Octopus. So let me kind of give you an idea, because I know this is the part where people get a little here. The first appearance image. He was introduced in 1963, and you know, let me show you this image. For example, this right here. Maybe we can see it right there. First appearance. Here's the first appearance of Dr. Octopus. This is the first page where he was part of. Look at that guy. Isn't that skinny? He's skinny right there. When he was introduced, he was skinny like that. He was never fat or anything, or chubby or anything. So yeah, that came later. So yeah, I don't think that, you know, people are looking at Doc. Of course, everybody goes by the interpretation they know best. But yeah, he wasn't chubby originally when you look at him. And you can go to the original stories, anything that when he was drawn, of course, by Steve Ditko, he introduced those characters. He drew characters like that. They were never like chubby or anything. So I think people kind of miss that. Of course, other artists later on like this, when they make a little chubbier, but this is a later artist. I think that's Herb Trimple. I think that's who he is. So yeah, he became chubbier, and this is you know, many other artists make it chubbier and all, but he wasn't like that originally. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, I feel that, yeah, he could have been, but I think they went with something more on the classic side, and that's fine with me. I feel that the figure, if you have seen these figures are produced by Mezco, they definitely kind of portray and follow that concept, that idea. Even that Spider-Man looks like a teenager, looked very scrawny. And that is how when he was introduced. So yeah, I definitely represent the Steve Ditko era, and I'm okay with that. Doesn't need to be chubby. Maybe it's another version down the road, which is a bit more modern in that sense. But yeah, I think the best part of the best feature is his portrait. I would say price-wise, it's fine. Here you can see what comes with it. You get, not only that, you get 3 different portraits, which are great. I like all of them. You get the hands. You get the base, which is cool. Base, actually, I like the cool base with adjustable posing pose. And then you get all these interchangeable tentacle arms lengths with different sizes, but actually they're all technically combined with each other to create all these different lengths. Technically he can only carry 4, so technically you have 4 here. Yeah, it's a 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So this is what it is. Technically this right here is the same as this. Here you can see it. It's not like you get more, it's that you can only get 4. So these are just parts that intersect with each other. This is the smaller part. You attach this other part here, the longer arm, and then in the end you can attach this arms open or close, which I think that some people will. I think that's the easy solution just for display, that rather than just have something that it opens and closes that might be breakable. So yeah, they went for the simpler solution. And there you have the lav code. I'd say it's kind of cool. I don't have an issue with it. Some people do, but that's on them. I did definitely find it interesting. All right, so this is what Mezco have today. Cool this week. I like it. I think this is pretty neat. Now I'm gonna take you now to let's take you to McFarlane toys, because McFarlane just released this week. It's another thing that McFarlane did that, in my opinion, is super cool this week. Waiting for this to load. Sometimes it's hard with this stuff here. I don't know why it's not doing it. Wow. For some reason, oh, right here, let's do pre-orders, because for some reason you click on that, doesn't work. Okay, right there. This is the stuff that you see. They have this dark side, which I'm telling you, that dark side looks, a lot of people seem to like it. It's more on the classic dark side. I'm not impressed with this one. I just find the shape, I don't know, weird. But some people may like it that way. It's all right. It's maybe classic dark side, but I'm not necessarily a fan of. I find it okay. So this is what they have. But I think what really struck me, or what I really was impressed to see this week, was this one right here, which is already sold out, $100 for Lucious Fox and the Tumbler from the Dark Knight. This is the gold label vehicle, empty. This is McFarlane Toys exclusive, only exclusive to the store. It's already sold out, which is a bummer. And hopefully we'll see down the road someplace else, or at least just the Tumbler with a Lucious Fox. I would say that Lucious Fox looks really tall right next to the Tumbler. I'm not sure if that is in scale properly. That would be my only thing. I don't think it's in the proper scale. But this right away, of course, for obvious reasons, right away people were like, let's get it. And I don't blame them. The box looks good. I actually like the packaging that they do with the DC Multiverse here. And the Tumbler looks amazing. Again, but Lucius looks very tall. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I think he looks really tall. I seen some of the videos on Instagram. Maybe we can go to Instagram where he's showcasing the vehicle. Looks fine. Lucious Fox, the figure itself, the likeness with the actor is really spot on. I'm really impressed with this figure likeness here. And I don't know if you can see that there. So on that tiny little video, maybe we can see it, maybe you cannot. No, that was pretty quick, so we didn't need really to see much in there. So yeah. So that is what they have on this particular vehicle. I think something that they've been doing fantastically is a lot of these vehicles, even if it sold out even before this, the White Knight Batmobile went really first finished and it was completely sold out. This is like it sold out in just a matter of a few hours. It was done. But if we go also to Amazon, let me show you McFarlane Tumbler. There's another version of the Tumbler that is on pre-order, and it's this one right here. And actually it's a lot cheaper for $69, and this is the camouflage version of it. So if for some reason you miss on that one, you can get the one here for which again camouflage. And this is the version that came out in the Dark Knight Rises, the third movie. Here's a picture with Bane. Now, Bane is sold separately. but that gives you an idea of the look of this figure. And actually, I like the pictures here more than I like on the other one because you can see the interior. However, this is a lot of plastic. I wish it was die cast, but it's a lot of plastic. Still looks really neat. And it has the 2 chairs, you know, so you can enter 2 figures. And hopefully, they sell the black version someplace else. I'm sure that that's what's gonna happen. That the dark version is gonna come out for sale just as this one, and it's going to go to other stores, so it'd be more readily available. I think the exclusive that they have, that is for with Lucious Fox, that's just if you buy the package, you know, directly from McFarlane store. I'm sure that even Lucious will be separate as a separate figure at some point. So you're paying $99 for that particular thing. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna say that it's the greatest thing ever, but yeah, if you're into McFarlane Toys figures, if you really love the Tumbler, then this is another option. I know people are really looking forward to that particular version. Whether it's the black one or even the camo, it looks really good. If you have Bane with it, it would be great. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to point out right there. Now, let me take you back to Sideshow. And the reason why we come into Sideshow, because I want to show you... we come into Sideshow, so I can take you... we can look at another figure that went on pre-order, which is from Flame Toys. This is Starscream, and this is more kind of like the more modern renditions of Starscream, like kind of like the IDW comics. So this is a very more futuristic, more warrior, ninja-like type. It's a very nice looking. These are not transformable. They don't transform into the plain form or anything, but it's just amazing. They have a lot of die-cast elements. This is a very nice depiction of Starscream. I really like it. It measures 8.2 inches tall. Even comes with a crown, you know, with the crown and his little thing as the king, Starscream. It's really cool. Comes with the effects. If I'm not mistaken, it has light-up features as well. LED light-up features. So many things that you can do. This is more for battling, you know, for battle poses and stuff. That's what Flame Toys does really amazing. Very nice looking figure. However, when you're looking about these figures, because all the elements and how minuscule they are, they're not cheap. And this is the part where perhaps it hurts a lot of Flame Toys for a lot of people, or at least they don't appreciate it because they think that is such a tiny thing and it's asking for almost half, you know, almost $500. That's the price for this here, or the accessories that come with it. And that's perhaps my point of contention with Flame Toys. Like, for example, this one is $435. So it's super expensive for something so small. That is like still something that I'm still not necessarily a fan of Flame Toys. But make no mistake, Flame Toys does amazing figures. Like, for example, this Drift right here, $320. That is an amazing. We talked about it before. We talked about it when it went pre-order. They do amazing figures. The Snake Eyes figure, amazing figure as well. So I would say, you know, in the end, this is for the hardcore fan of Flame Toys, those who started with this collection and they want to continue with this collection. I think that's pretty much where it's targeting. But I think just as a figure itself, $135, I find it very steep. But make no mistake, they're still amazing looking figures, whether we agree with the price or not. I still think that it looks amazing, and the light-up features really help a lot. And it's a really nice figure, poseable. It has weight because, of course, it has the elements of, you know, as I mentioned, it has die-cast parts. So that's great. It's pretty cool. All right, so Flame Toys, I want to here at Sideshow take it to the next company. I want to look at Threezero. Threezero, again, releasing things they've been releasing stuff weekly, which is amazing, which is good for the company. This other figure right here, Forger, I think it's from Africa. From Family Cross, Spy Cross Family. And this is, I think they've been doing the Wister custom. This is the second version of the figure. Each figure has a winter version with a winter coat or winter clothing. And this is the one they have here. $130, I think is a fair price. It comes with a code, interchangeable, I think, not, you know, in this case heads, but faces. It's a faceplate that you can change. You have different hands, different accessories, and you can do a lot with her. A good thing about the clothing like this is that it's able to hide the articulation on the legs and the elbows. and the knees and elbows, which is good, even in the wrist, elbows, the wrist, I'm sorry, the wrist, the elbows, and the knees. So that allows for a better possibility. At least when you post it, it doesn't look as, you know, as a toy. Sometimes kind of makes the action figures look cheap, and I think it's just because of the clothing. The extra clothing helps a lot, but she looks great. Threezero doing really a nice job with this one, but definitely with those different face plates, you can really come up with some different expressions, which is cool. I like the happy one, and she looks great. I would say this is for the one that already have the other one, already pre-ordered the other one, the original, and they want to complete, they want a different versions of it. That definitely for the fans of this anime. So yeah, it's cool. $130, I think is a fair price. And now the next figure I want to cover, this is the for Hot Toys, the only figure that they released this week. And this is for Kit Fisto. If you're, of course, a Star Wars fan, this Jedi, the Master, is here. Looks really, really cool. And as you can see, I like it. I think there were some changes. Some people were complaining about the changes in the portrait and from the previous model they have. I think that for the first one, they, you know, I think had showing teeth and all. I still like it. I think they did a really fantastic job with this one in this version. I think the sculpt is nice. The paint is nice. You got a bonus for armor from Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series. So they definitely kind of continue with that animated series concept. Looks really cool. He definitely looks great as a Master Jedi. You know, I read a lot of those comics from. I remember I read a lot of comics with him as a part of it. When you look at a lot of the comics produced by Dark Horse Comics, there were a few adventures that I saw of him, and I like it. These figures are looking amazing. And of course, you get the light up feature with the saber, with the lightsaber. Very nice figure for sure. Very nice detail. All the accessories. Nice job in my opinion. Nice addition for the completionist. $275. I think it's a fair price. It doesn't have as much stuff as other figures, of course, that we've seen from them. You know, with the movable eyes, things like that. This is a bit more basic figure. The sculpt is more basic, but I think the job is well done. They did a really nice job with it. You know, so what else can you ask for? I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that is really, really amazing. So that is it's a great figure that we're covering right now. All right, my friends, let's move on. Let me drink more water because my mouth is really, really dry. And that's not what I want. Okay. So I want to take you now. Actually, we're going in the right direction. Right here. We're going to McFarlane store. I want to look at the next pre-order because I want to go to look at DC Direct. Let's see if it's here. Right there. The pre-order of this week. Of course, they have a lot of this baseball stuff. But I want to talk about this new pre-order for the statue collectors. They have this Batman black and white. Batman by Jorge Jimenez, 110 scale resin statue. This it's amazing that the black and white line from DC Direct continues on, that McFarlane has been carrying this line, which is amazing. Price wise, of course, now they're up there in price. They're not like they used to be, but I still think it looks amazing. And of course, this is to represent the art of Jorge. So here, let me show you. This is the one. I think the art, it's there. I wouldn't say that I'm super blown away by the portrait, but I do like the figure, and they decide to do the thing with the cape to go up. It's a different thing, but I think it fits well. I think 100% the art of Jorge Jimenez, not necessarily so in my opinion. I do like Jorge's art. I will tell you, Jorge has an amazing art. I'm not necessarily seeing it though. But it's still, I think the body looks good. I think it's the portrait that perhaps is the only thing that I would disagree And I don't know if it's something that had to do with the sculpt. I don't know if it has to do with the paint job, the way he was painted. But the cape looks nice with that fold, that flying fold. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me give you an idea. Or Jimenez Batman. Just to give you an idea of his look of Batman. You know, Jorge, the Spanish comic book artist who has really taken it's one of the ones that has grown. And this is an idea. I don't know if you can see it. That's Jorge, one of his variants. So I'm not sure if I see the same Jorge's art reflected there. This is another Jorge statue image of his Batman. So that's the part where I'm a little bit conflicted because, yeah, it's a nice statue. I'm not gonna deny it. But does it look like Jorge's art? Not necessarily so. So that might be my only complaint. The statue, yeah, I think the pose in some way, the body itself, the portrait not so much. So maybe it just might need pick there. Maybe he is the one who actually designed. Here's another idea of his Batman. I don't know. It's something about that it seems to be off for me. Because I do like Jorge's art. I do like his concepts and the way he does Batman. He definitely doesn't really. He has very nice art, for sure. So yeah, maybe it's just a nitpick, but one that I can certainly point out. That yeah, it's nice. It's a nice statue. At least I'm glad that they continued this line. That they're not giving up on it for sure. And if you want it, you can pre here. I'm sure it's gonna be available in other places. $124, $150, $25. If you come, you know, order here at McFarlane store. Let's see if there's any other pictures here. Look at this one. Yeah, again, it's the portrait. To me, it's the portrait that doesn't really give the Jorge Jimenez vibe. There's something off about it. But yeah, at least the collection continues to grow. And they're not quitting on it, which is amazing after all these years. It's probably one of the most successful lines ever produced by DC Direct. Perhaps one of the most, right next to, I don't think there's another one. Maybe the black and white is the most. And I'm trying to think, at least the one that still survives, because I don't think they've been doing now with McFarlane. They haven't been doing a lot of those. I forgot, there were others there. What was the most recent one? The DC Cover Girls or things like that. DC Cover Girls was one that also was doing great. But I think black and white continues on. So yeah, at least, you know, we're seeing more statues coming. So yeah, that's what they produce. Now let me take you. Let's go back to Sideshow, because I want to get into Iron Studios. Iron Studios, of course, had the Inside presentation this week. And that's when they have all the stuff that we get to see. And I want to talk about, starting first, I want to look at, let's talk about the DC stuff. They have this Harley Quinn. They have two versions. There's a deluxe version and a regular version. This is the Gotham City Sirens. And I will tell you, it's all right. You know, I think that there's so many Harley Quinns nowadays from all the companies, including Iron Studios, that I think I have lost some of that. Yes, lost some of that appeal to me. Like, I don't find Harley Quinn as appealing as I did once, because she's overly done by all these companies. You know, there's so many of them, whether in the different scales. And I wouldn't say that this is my favorite one. The portrait, it's okay. Not saying that it's bad. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, to me, it looks more like a cosplayer. It's a somebody cosplaying Harley Quinn, like a cosplayer. You know, look at the face. I just don't see Harley Quinn. Maybe it's just me. You know, not denying that the art, maybe that's what the artist, the intent of the artist was to present her this way. I just don't see her like that. I don't know. It's just a cartoony version of her in some way. The face look cartoony. The body looks realistic. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what they were trying to achieve. Still, you know, it's not a bad statue per se. But I would say that it blows me away or make me feel like, man, you need to run and get it now, because this is it. This is the ultimate version of Harley Quinn. This is just another Harley Quinn. And, you know, there are Harley Quinn collectors out there, people who collect Harley Quinn regardless. So they're going to collect it regardless, but that's not necessarily the most exciting of all the pieces that even Iron Studios has produced. Now, this is a deluxe version. The deluxe version only has, you know, more things in the base. That's it, more decorations. but it's the same statue. You can see there's a lot more going on in that base. There's more detail. But yeah, that's like a very cartoony face and a very tiny neck. I don't know. Well, you know, I don't know. It's all right. I do like the hyena face there portrait. It's like a little teddy or something. And the Joker. Yeah, there's a lot of different toy things, and it's a lot more fun. Not gonna deny it. A lot more fun. Oh, look at that. The portrait right there, something that is cracked. She cracked punchline. They've been, and then all the swords and stuff. So there are a lot of detail, and the roses, and definitely this is gonna, I'm not so sure how this is gonna fit in, of course, with Poison Ivy that already win. So they definitely gonna kind of sit together. That Poison Ivy we talked about a few weeks ago. Maybe when you look at Iron Studios here, let me see, we have it here. It's a lot of the stuff they have, but I want to talk about the newest. It's more of that hard, like right there, the Poison Ivy got the Sirens. I think that Poison Ivy, I was more of a fan. I like it more than I do like the Harley Quinn. I think there's two different personalities, but I think that I found that a little more appealing, at least in my opinion. So yeah, it's still good. You know, I'm not gonna deny it's not bad. It's just not necessarily my favorite thing. But yeah, it's cool. Still not a bad looking statue. $255. I'm not sure that that's the right price, but yeah, you know, I think still was too steep for that. Now, the next piece I want to talk about, if you are, of course, Lord of the Rings fan, then you can see right away Galadriel, and this one is $205. There's only one version. I would say for the one tiny piece as a 110, the likeness with the actress is really good for a 110. It's not bad at all. It's very nicely done, very nice portrait. It's going through the stairs. It's a very pretty piece. It does have a very nice concept. It reminds me of what Weta normally does. You know, Weta is very classic and, you know, very, you know, the way they portray the characters is so stylized in a way that it's so, you know, like classy, so good looking, so artistic. And I feel that on this one, they kind of take from that playbook and they go into the more artistic side, a little more cleaner, a more majestic presentation. It looks really, really neat. I think Galadriel looks amazing. This is perhaps one of my favorite of all the statues that I produce is Iron Studios for the Lord of the Rings. This is perhaps one of the best that they have done. It's very good, very nice looking, very classy, beautiful to look at in different angles. Her body's done well. You know, it feels very natural that she's walking on the stairs. Sometimes, you know, there are a lot of times where the statues do certain movements that look like they do it unnaturally. This one, it looks like there's natural movement. It feels like there's movement, that she's carrying her dress, and it's, you know, you can see that the dress come even with the leaves that she's carrying. So there's movement here, and you can feel it here on the top of the stairs on this angle. So I would say kudos to the artist who designed this and sculpted this, and more than likely, of course, this is a digital sculpt, but whoever sculpted did a really nice job in doing so. And there's a lot of nice detail of all those leaves. It's really a nice looking piece. Very nice detail in the paint job, in her feet, her nails. Looks great. Very nice detail. This is a very nice. It's a very nice piece. That's one of the most impressive ones this week, or one of the most impressive ones that I've seen so far from Iron Studios in recent times. Now, the next one I want to talk about, we're gonna go to look at the Marvel stuff, also from Iron Studios, and I want to present Actually, no, I skipped one piece that I didn't get, and I'm gonna come back and talk about it before I lose time. I'm gonna do it now. Let's talk about this one. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. I did not get the chance to talk about Wonder Woman, the Unleash edition. This is the Marvel edition. There is a collector's edition, which is the color one. That is, if you look at it, and let's actually look at that collector's edition first. This is already on the wait list. It's supposed to be shipped sometime soon. This is the Unleashed version, and here you can see very nicely done, nicely painted, Beautiful, beautiful statue. Very nice concept. The detail on the base is great as a 110. I would say that the hair is a lot. She has a lot of hair. Has a lot of volume. But very beautiful, beautiful piece nonetheless. She's more of a warrior here. Very nice detail. That the shield has a lot of, I think it's overly done in some way. Sometimes I feel like the shield, it's kind of good, kind of okay. I'm not sure why they have like the double shield in some way. But yeah, it has a lot of great detail nonetheless. It's a really nice piece with so much detail. Very nice paint job to it. The cape looks good. She's definitely a warrior here. She came from battle. Nice statue as decoration there. Very cool. Very nice paint job too. The paint job is excellent. Well applied. Beautiful, beautiful portrait. And you can see the highlights of blue in that hair. Maybe overly highlight, which not necessarily the great thing. But yeah, there's a lot of decoration here. Very nice piece. This is what the one that we were talking about. This is collector's edition, limited edition, but they decided to do a Marvel version, which is this one right here on paint. They just Marvel looking like a statue. You know, it looks great. I still think that the other one is better. This is nice for somebody that wants that, or even a completionist that want to have the two versions. But in my opinion, and actually it's pretty tall with that spear, almost 12 inches, almost a 1/6, the height of a 1/6 scale figure. But very nice detail. I would say it's good, but I do prefer the painted version over this. I think a lot of the detail is kind of lost because it gets murky in some way. You cannot see as much of that detail that you can see on the other one because everything kind of meshed together. You know, everything kind of combines together. But yeah, definitely great detail. A lot of texture. Some people are not fans of overly texture pieces, which something that you get to see a lot. Sometimes over artists or young artists, they over texturalize things, you know, to make it more realistic, but that's not sometimes the best thing because actually makes things to look a bit fake and unrealistic. So yeah, that's something that I'm not saying that that's the case here, but it can be over, it can feel over textualized. Maybe just the texture just happened because of the pictures and all. But yeah, again, I like the collector's edition. I think that's the best one. If you want the other version, $205, I think it's not a bad price for what they have. Different is a lot of things on that particular statue. Now, let's move to the next thing. Let me go to show you the next thing today. We're going to talk about the Marvel stuff. And here, first start with Rhino, which is a huge piece for $235, which I think is an excellent price for Rhino. And this statue looks really, really massive. Rhino, it's definitely charging. It's overly muscular. He has nice height, 10.2 inches tall. Definitely has, you know, the volume, the muscle. It looks really, really cool. And I like the detail on this one. They did a really nice job with this one. This is a nice prototype. The paint job looks really dynamic. You know, the paint job, it really helps out for the character to see the texture in a nice way. You know, and this is one piece that definitely the texture works good because of his skin. You know, he has the skin of a rhino. So you need to have more of that texture to make it look more natural in some way. And it does really amazing. It really does wonders to the statue. It looks really great. Very nice pose. I really like it. I think this is the way you portray. Rhino has to be portrayed in this way. It has to be portrayed always or charging or about to charge. I think it's been really no lack of good rhinos over the years. Although I would say Bowen Designs Rhino, it's okay. I like the way they did it. I still think there were things that could have been done better. But I have seen so many great rhinos from Sideshow. I think this is a great rhino. I think there's many different statues of rhino. Even the Diamond Select Toys Rhino wasn't bad. So yeah, definitely there's so many companies producing rhinos, and I think they're doing an amazing job. I like the detail, definitely the paint job on his skin and his nails. It's just overall, this is a fantastic, fantastic looking piece. Now let me show you the next one here, which is on the next Marvel line. We're gonna look at no Harley Quinn. You already saw that. My apologies. I'm kind of falling asleep for some reason. Maybe I'm talking too much. I am talking too much. But here you have Doctor Strange. This is, of course, another one that was announced and finally is here. This is the collector's edition, the regular version, $255. I would say I like the paint job on Doctor Strange. I'm not so sure. It hasn't still. It's like there's something that I cannot point my finger at it that I don't know. Maybe just the body. I feel that a lot more could have been done with his body. I feel that his body seems a bit small. His cape is too big, in my opinion. His portrait is fine. I just feel that he looks a little bit scrawny. Scrawny that he should. Maybe it's just me, but the portrait looks fine. Now here, I don't know. I think it's a lot of cape, and maybe they could make it a little bit smaller, and it would work fine, in my opinion. But I think they try to present the, you know, in this case, the cape is its own being as well, and it's part of his, you know, weaponry and all. Which, and I'd say the paint job is excellent. I think that's probably the highlight to make this piece shine a lot, is that it's painted really, really well. And here you can see, very nice, you know, even for the, you know, regular version. Actually, that's not bad at all. It looks really nice. Now let's look at the deluxe version, which, to be honest with you, $305. This deluxe version has the effects of power, I guess. And I gotta be honest, and you have interchangeable hands, which you can do with the other, you know, the other one doesn't have it. And yeah, you can go for that. And of course, the way they extended the base, I will tell you, not necessarily a fan of it. The changeable power in his hands means nothing to me. It looks, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. It just doesn't look right. I feel that they couldn't just go with a translucent resin on this one. It would have been a lot better than what they were trying to do. And the base, of course, is a lot taller now. It's fine. It's just too much base, in my opinion. Again, the paint job is excellent. There's the detail in the base that we saw. And maybe it's gonna work when you build the diorama and all these pieces together. Then they're gonna all fit in a way that it's gonna work out. But still, I don't know. It's just done. And yeah, that part. Some parts of the elements here are not necessarily my favorite thing. So I would say that my favorite here, if I have to choose, if there's no option, you know, I'll go maybe for the deluxe, perhaps, you know, if you have the extra money. But I would say the collector's edition is more than enough. I think the collector's edition is the better one. It's a simpler, less complicated, and I think they did a much better job in portraying the, you know, everything with it. So yeah, that's what it is. All right, my friends, I think it's time for a break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna look at some other things. When we come back, of course, we still got Kotobukiya. We took a Good Smile Company. We look at Quarantine Studio, Cartoon Kingdom, Tsume Art, Collectibles. I'm gonna look at Sideshow, Legendary Bees, JND Prime Studio, Prop Replica, The Machinations, all that. Factory Entertainment, and I'm gonna probably check this thing that, you know, my friend here, Gaming with Dummies, talking about the Zodiakos trailer, Zodiakos Sensei Gemini. I'm gonna look at it. Maybe we can see exactly what is it that they have. So we look in a moment. So, but yeah, I'll be right back, and just stay tuned. I'll see you then in a moment.
Along the way, melodies we haven't played, and towards the sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Here we are, we locked down in different cities, and our virtual connection falls apart. Guess it's been too many years since California. Now the memories of us is all I have. See, one day I'm gonna reach ya, take a plane for many miles. We pretend that time didn't pass us by when we're on Mulholland Drive. I know it won't be long before dawn, gotta be patient for a while. Someday we'll look at stars in this same sky, when I'm on the other side. Take me back to the life that we once knew, when the walls weren't closing in like they are now. Cause it's been too many years since California. I wish I could get there, I don't know how. See, one day I'm gonna reach ya, take a plane for many miles. We pretend that time didn't pass us by when we're on Mulholland Drive. I know it won't be long before dawn, gotta be patient for a while. Someday we'll look at stars in the same sky, when I'm on the other side. Blue, the feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Men, against my intentions, I let you turn me violet instead. Summer high, met you in August. New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November. You as it's with. That we met at, where you were just a face in a crowd, and now I can't imagine me with anybody else. As we close out the night underneath the lilac sky, summer high, met you in August, New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. White out skies, middle November, you and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind, as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. As long as it's with you. As long as it's with you.
Should I take it or leave it out? It got me thinking now, and now I'm stuck in this loop again. It got me thinking now, should I take it or leave it out? What would happen if I talk to you? Got a feeling that I get a clue.
Would you be my Fortnite? Would you be my Fortnite?
All right, we are back. Thank you for giving me that time. I needed that break. Man, my back is killing me. I'm telling you, it's just, you get older, you get old, everything hurts. In any case, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for those who are watching right now. Those who are watching, will watch this in the future. Thank you very much. If you watch the whole show, I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to leave a like. That really means a lot for me. It helps to push the video. Also, you're here for the first time, you like the content, just please subscribe to the channel. I'll show you your support. You can also help financially. You can do it through the super chat or go through Patreon. That really helps me. Anything that you add or give to the channel helps me to build the channel, to add more content, to get the equipment that I need. There's a couple of things I would love to have, but also to find things to invest in other things that I have to in order to make this a much better channel, to produce better content. But in any case, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. We've been covering a lot of collectibles so far. We talk about action figures. We're talking about the figurines. I want to now get a little more, and we talk about statues, the 1/10 scale. But let's just continue on. Now let's go to talk about Kotobukiya. This is the next in the line, and we're gonna talk about it. And I did get the chance to, in this case, gaming with dummies, my friend. I got the chance to, while I was in the break, I do look at Zodiakos Studio. Look at the video. It looks really good. So we're gonna, I'm definitely gonna give it. We're gonna find the time today, and we're gonna cover it today. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna look at it. I'm gonna give you my first impressions, really, about it. They really look good, and I'm not sure why the Spec Fisto doesn't have it yet, but that I'm sure they'll have it eventually. But we're gonna look at it because it was impressive. At least the video that I saw, and it was really impressive. So we're gonna look at it. All right, so let's get into the next thing again. Let's go to Kotobukiya. So I'm going back to Sideshow Collectibles. That's where we're gonna go first. And on the Kotobukiya things that we're gonna look at it, we're gonna look today. First thing I want to cover, the first thing I want to cover here, and I'm trying to separate everything. This is the next piece on the Kaiju number 8 line. This is the Artifacts J. Of course, I've seen there's a bunch of them they have released. They released another piece on this Arama they've been building. Again, this is a 1/8 scale PVC statue. This is Soshiro Hoshina, and it looks really good. Of course, you know, you've already kind of seen what they have been doing with this line. Scale is 5.9 inches tall, so it's not that big. But the details, so again, like I mentioned many times with Kotobukiya, with the Artifacts line, anything that they do with PVC, they're masters of it. In my opinion, one of the best or the best PVC statue company out there. There's other companies, Good Smile Company, all of them, but I think Kotobukiya still, up to this day, in my opinion, is the one that does it the best. And the detail is really well done. So that is looking really, really, really neat. And when you look at what they've been doing here, let's see, we can see on the lines for brands. I'll tell you everything that they have released so far. Let's see. What? Oh, right there. Kaiju number 8. This is all the pieces that they have released so far. And so far, this whole collection with Kaiju number 8, it looks really, really neat. All the pieces combined are going to look amazing on display, in my opinion. Each one of them, Rhino, Kikuro, Kafka, Kaiju number 8, and Soshiro, all of them are going to create a very, very nice display. So I think this is, so far, they have managed to do a very nice concept with all the pieces combining them together. So yeah, another winner. I think this is a fantastic display, and Kotobukiya knows how to make those displays when they work. When they do it like that, when they work the thing, when they actually build all these different pieces that combine all together, they really masters of it. So yeah, that is great. Another great piece. Now I want to show you another thing that Kotobukiya released this week, and actually they released 3 pieces. Which to me is important, that they're releasing all of this. If you're a fan of, let me show you here on the new stuff. This pieces right here, the Kenshin Himura and Hajime Saito and Sonosuke Sagara. If you're a what is that, Kenshin, the Rurouni Kenshin. This is an anime, what started as a manga and anime classic from the 90s. And let me lower some of the music because I found it a bit too loud. Sorry for the music if it's too loud and it gets in the way. But here, this is, let's start with this one. Satsuke looks really great. In my opinion, $140. This is another 1/7 scale statue in this action pose. All these pieces are in an action pose in a battle mode. Very, very cool. Simple base, 7.3 inches tall. Maybe that seam is perhaps the thing that people are going to point out that they don't like. That might seem, but kind of plays with the clothing in some way. Very interesting. Very nice poses they chose for this one. Very cool. And Kenshin is right behind him. I think it's the best one. We're going to look at it in just a moment. They're going to all, in this battle mode, all of them together combined. They're going to look amazing for sure. Very nice detail with this PVC statue figurines. Very nice detail, very nice paint job. But one thing I would say about the prototypes of sometimes when you see a lot of companies, when they do the prototypes look amazing and the final product doesn't really look like anything like the prototype. Like there's a lot of mishaps on the paint job is not the same. With Kotobukiya, you don't have that problem because, to be honest with you, with the PVC statue, you don't get to see a lot of that. The prototype and the final product always, you know, in some rare cases they don't, but for the most part, they kind of like you're looking at it. It's kind of like the same things. And I think that this is a very nice piece. And they did a fantastic job. I love what they do with PVC. Now, the next one I'm going to show you also within the same line is this Hajime Saito. And again, they're building this diorama concept, which they always do with almost all the pieces. The base is fine. Perhaps this is my least favorite of the whole collection, but also it has a movable part. One thing I do not like is the way they represent, the way he is kind of like launching towards you. And they have this clear resin, this clear stick that is holding him to the ground. That is my least favorite part of the statue. And this is, again, my least favorite of the whole collection. If that part was removable, which I think you can, then that would be fine with me. I just don't see it. I just don't like it. Yeah, it looks clear. I think you can remove it if you don't want to, but I think it's done in order to avoid to have, of course, the leaning that is going to happen with this piece. Is going to certainly is going to lean. Look at this because of the way it is. It's a cool concept. If you have, you know, like that little thing in a white background, it would be fine. But if you have other color, you might have an issue. So yeah, again, this is my least favorite in the concept. They could have done something totally different and still will have been look amazing. I think the other pieces look really great. And here you can see all of them combined. Very nice detail with all of them. Very good. But my favorite piece in this collection would be the main character, which is Kenshin Himura. Kenshin looks really nice. I think this is my favorite. The way he's holding his sword. And the way they did the clothing and everything, that is definitely the best figurine in this collection. Looks very nice. Nice paint job. Nice detail on the eyes. It looks like it's straight out of the comic book. Hey, what's up, Mitchell? Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Appreciate it. But here, Kenshin looking really, really neat. Again, this is my favorite piece in this collection. And if there's one, if I only have, let's say, the money for one, I only can get one, I would just get Kenshin. I wouldn't care about the other. Even the sword. Look at the sword. The paint on the sword is nice. The blade. I think this is the best one here so far. Very nice. It looks really good. Even the detail, well done on the shoe and sandals, I forgot how they call them. But this is the favorite one here in this one. This is my favorite for sure. Very nicely done on this particular collection. They did a really nice job with it. Now, the next piece, also here with Kotobukiya, the newest release they had this week on pre-order is this Shiki Ryogi. And this is a statue. This is actually a 1/7 scale, so it's a little larger than the others one that we just saw. This is part of the Gardens of Sinners, which is a movie, an anime that I don't know much about it. This is the girl with mystic eyes of dead perception and the ability to see the dead of all things. Joins the scale figure lineup. So this is a very cool looking, you know, I don't know this one particular movie. I never watched it, but I saw the figure and I was like, okay, this is actually nice. Very nice detail. Very well done. Very cool concept with the base, you know, the petals and the roses, all rosy. And he has the interchangeable hair to do different portraits, which looks really neat. It's like two different pieces, and I love how they did her, you know, the flow in her kimono looks really nice. And you know, with the two different portraits, or the hair loose, and then of course like that, it looks really nice. It's like two different pieces. Her eyes look really bright, and actually it has two different eyes. I didn't just notice now. So it has two different color eyes. This one has like blue eyes or so. Very nice piece for sure. It's beautiful. You know, companies produce a lot of figurines nowadays. You know, there are a lot of companies producing figurines. You know, Japan, it has such a big market of figurines, and you can find them for really high prices. Expensive figurines. You know, Asia, they love the figurines. It's such a big market. But and there's many companies producing them, but I think from the standouts for me, there's only companies. There a lot of people. A lot of the figurines, they come out all the time. Every week I see it on Big Bad Toy Store, so many releases of them, but only a few really caught my attention. Always catch my attention, and I think the Kotobukiya is always one of those companies that always mesmerizes me with their figurines. Now, of course, Prime One Studios also doing their own figurines with their own concepts that they're doing with the Prisma Wing, but I think Kotobukiya still continues to be one of the best, right? And you know, also Good Smile Company, I think those are still some of the best and the concepts. This is a very nice figure for sure. Although I do not know anything about this film, I have never watched it. I think they did a very nice job with the detail with it, and it's a very impressive, very beautiful piece to watch. So yeah, it's very cool. So $200 for this one, I think, you know, based on the prices and yeah, the scale of this one is a 1/7. It's a Bowen's this size scale, Bowen size. So I think it's fine. So let's, you know, I was impressed. Now, talking about more of those PVC companies, there's another one that I want to discuss today. Let me take you there. Here we get there. Right there. Another thing that was released this week is from this company right here that I want to point out. This one right here. This is from Good Smile Company. This is Marzil Donato, adding color to the dungeon. That's the name of this. Also, the Delicious in Dungeon. This is an anime. This is a 1/7 scale. Statue, $185. And I will tell you, this is a very pretty looking. You know, I don't know. I haven't never seen this anime. I don't know much about it. I don't even know the concept. But when I look at it, it looks so cute that it looks really nice. You know, it's a very cute statue. And I love the detail, even with that, you know, pumpkin in there, the little... the rabbits with the little deer horns and all that, the antlers, and the mushroom. It looks like an Alice in Wonderland in some way, kind of give you the vibe. But very cool. You know, I love the detail on that base. It's a very nice PVC statue with really nice detail. That's a hand right there. Very cool. It's a very beautiful little piece with so much detail, and the colors I think are shining, and that pumpkin looks a little creepy. And that mushroom right there, I really don't know anything. I need to find out more about what the anime is all about, but that's a really nice, really cool looking. $185 for this one. This is also 1/7 scale, so very nice. Good Smile Company also releasing something this week, which is interesting. All right, now here at Sideshow, let's go now into the 1/6 scale route. Let's get into the bigger statues and medium size still. But the next company I want to cover right now It's Quarantine Studio. We have talked about this company before. And they released a Vampira. That's what it's called. I thought it was Vampirella, but then I said, oh, wait a minute. Vampira, even if you don't know the name, you certainly know the look. In 1953, a young aspiring actress, Myla Nurmi, needed a costume for an upcoming masquerade party. She drew upon a comic strip of cartoonist and illustrator Charles Adams. The yet unnamed character of Mr. Adams struck Mr. Nurmi as the perfect look for the party, and so she set about creating her own version of the character dress. That was the day that Vampira was born, and with her new style and beauty, the Gothic Queen. In the time when most actresses were blonde with sun-kissed skin, Vampira was every bit the opposite. Ink black hair with pale skin and very little makeup, except for blood red lips, high arcing eyebrows, and exceeding long fingernails, wearing a sheer form-fitting full-length dress with sleeves torn into strips into the elbow and long tendrils extending from the hemline. Vampira was certainly unique, and she caught the attention of everyone, including a local television producer. Okay, so this is what you see right here. Let's look at the photos. I just needed to get more insight into the character of this person. Very nice. If you're really into the Gothic dark style, for sure. 17 inches tall. This is a 1/6 scale. Of course, the base make it taller, but it's a very nice, very looking. Definitely Quarantine Studio doing something really cool. They haven't really released a lot of stuff recently, or the last piece. This is a very small studio, but they did a really nice. This is a nice piece for sure, and I'm sure it's gonna have some fans out there willing to go for this style. The sultry style, Gothic beauty for sure. And yeah, very nice job, even with the paint job. Very cool with this piece. Quarantine Studio, $350. Like, looking at other things that we have talked about here, definitely they go with a lot of this female femme fatales. We talk about Vampira, we talk about that statue, we talk about La Muerta. That was the first one that they released. Lady Death, the Reaper, Betty Page, another great statue. So definitely they're kind of going into the femme fatales. And this another statue from Quarantine Studio, very, very cool. Available here at Sideshow. Another thing that you can pre-order here. Looks really, really neat. So yeah, kudos to Quarantine. The next thing, and I'm going to go for that reason, first thing we're going to do on the night, we're going to a Spec Fiction. And I want to show you the next statue, which is this one right here, still in the 1/6 scale. And we're looking at Lucky Luke. Lucky Luke. Now, Lucky Luke, if you are familiar with this strip cartoon, this comic, call it that, from a Belgian comic, a classic, I think, since 1946, and it's very popular. It is probably the most sold comic book in Europe, as far as I was reading the numbers, has been sold the most. As a comic strip, a collection of comic books. There's a lot of books that have been translated into English. This is a Western. The character is it has that vibe. And Cartoon Kingdom is releasing a 1/6 scale statue of the character, $119. It's not a bad looking statue. Definitely represents the art. And this company, of course, does really amazing job with this type of cartoon styles. It's just very cartoony. Represents the art. Of course, we have seen video games, we have seen animation of this character, but I would say in America it's not as well known as it is, I would say, as in Europe. It's so beloved in Europe more than it is in United States, for sure. But very cool, very nice job. Wanted for $5,000. I love the detail on the base, still following the cartoony style. Yeah, you already see those. Those are the brothers. I forgot what they call them. Those, the old brothers, the Baxton brothers or so. In the comic book, they're all kind of like different heights, but they're all brothers. And here are some pictures of actually the work in detail, the preparation of it. That's kind of cool. Everything that goes along with it. Very nice. So yeah, again, this is available here, Cartoon Kingdom. We have talked about some of this stuff like the Inspector Gadget. We talked about it a few weeks back. But they have released other things, and they're still in that concept. They do a lot of those. The Smurfs, for example, we talk about it. Captain Tsubasa. They have this Popeye. So yeah, very cool, very nice company, Cartoon Kingdom. Come here at Spec Fiction if you're interested on this one. Now, I want to take you now to the next company, which in this case is going to be Tsume Art. Also, Tsume Art released a new statue this week. Here we talked about this one last week. Of course, this is Kurapika. This is from Hunter Cross Hunter, but this is already it's also on pre-order. But they have a new one that went on pre-order this week also, which a companion of this one, which is this one. This already went on pre-order, I think, back in a few months back. It's also it's supposed to go with Gun. But let's look at Gun for those who are familiar. You can actually pre-order this. I don't think this is on other places, but here we're gonna come, of course, directly to Tsume Art. Let me see if we can look at the pictures. Here you can see Gun. This is the final product. This is Ikage. This Ikage line is pretty much a 1/6 scale line. The smaller version of pieces, more in detail, trying to not go too crazy with the bases. Although with the, you know, it has a little black base at the bottom, like the little black slab, and then you put something a little detail into the base. But this is within their, I would say, their standard 1/6 scale collection. The Ikage has been definitely very, you know, and they go by numbers. And I keep adding these numbers. This is again the number 2nd in this collection, and very nicely done with his power and his battle. Looks really good. Very young Gun. This is for size comparison with the soda can. There's no interchangeable parts on this statue. It's just how it is, and that's, you know, I think that's pretty much the standard. Very cool. Here are some pictures of the production. Seems that, you know, a lot of companies are now sharing more of those pieces of how they're doing the production. Very nice detail there. You can see all the different parts. Very cool. And again, that's the other piece that goes. There's gonna be both of them. That's the first one, but they're both together gonna be displayed together, as if you want to display it as in a battle position, or do you want to display them side by side. I like that they actually showing you the packaging. They are showing you how it's gonna come to you, which is great. So technically, when you're pre-ordering this, you already have an idea. Even the packaging, you have an idea how it's gonna work. The box, everything, the scale sizes. I think Tsume Art is coming to a place where they are very confident in what they do. They really give as much information. In my opinion, from all the companies, the anime companies, the statues that have to do with anime, I think Tsume is the best because they've been doing it the longest in comparison to other companies. So not saying that they produce the best concepts, but they're definitely producing concepts that are very unique to them, and they are very consistent, you know, in what they're producing. And definitely they have the quality, and as a company they do really amazing. So looking at this one, and we can keep on going. They're the same pictures time and time again. It's just going in circles, and they add more of the same. I think it's just a way to convince you to go and buy. So, but again, this is not the first piece. They also did this, and we can look at it while we're here. Kurapika, and you're looking at the pretty much in $232 no dollars, but this is euros, or so. Yeah, can tell you that they're not that expensive. They're definitely affordable within the $400 mark, US dollars. And here you can see this is the other one. I do like the way they did this one, the base. But I think now with Gone, it makes sense now, because when this one came out, probably a lot of people were not as intrigued with this one. But now with the main character and keep adding into everything, I think it's where you're gonna see this collection shine. And very nice. I think they're all made to display together. Very nice detail. It's very cool. Here are some parts. Resin parts, all the stuff that is assembled. That's cool. That's just for scale reference. This person holding it kind of gives you a more better idea of the size. This girl, I can see that she has the hair just holding it. It's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Here's how it comes in the package. Another picture of the package. Very well done. Very nicely done. And I like the box. You know, it's a very simplistic box, but hey, straight to the point. It comes with a card. Very cool. Very nice. So yeah, this is what Tsume has done, and definitely kudos to them for doing such an amazing thing. Now let me take you to Big Bad Toy Store, because I saw another statue that I haven't seen anywhere else, and which surprised me that they have it here. I don't see here. Let's see on the see more new arrivals. We're not gonna see that. Let's look at the pre-orders. You can see a lot of stuff we already covered here. Iron Studios, things like that. And Big Bad Toys, of course, you can see all these things. I don't cover everything because I will be here forever. If I get like, if I was doing this for a living and I will get tons of money, heck yeah. You know, if I was making like, you know, like money like crazy, people would pay me money like crazy for doing this. I'll be talking about it all day. But that is not the case. It's not, unfortunately, it's not for me, or people don't consider me that way. All right, so I'm looking at this one. Sorry if it takes a little longer. We'll get there. A lot of figures. And I try to remember it. I know I have the notes. I can look it up that way. And actually, that's probably what I'm going to do. I think we're close. Or I may be wrong. Is this the thing about this? Oh, right there. Black Clover, Noella Silva, 1/6 scale limited edition statue. This is another 1/6. The company is called Creation at Works Collectibles, or CAW Collectibles. Creation at Work created this. This is brand. This is already sold out. It sold out like nothing, like that. This is pretty much $1,000 for this piece, and made out, of course, polystone, other materials. Very, very, very neat. Let me show you this. And I'm really not necessarily a fan of Black Clover. I don't really know much about it. But the whole concept is a huge piece just because of that huge base. She's in this pose, but not necessarily, I would say, like, who would do such a thing, in my opinion? Like, who would go for something as big like that for a base like that? It seems like some people are eager. Look at this one. A lot of clear resin, and this is one concept that perhaps I'm not necessarily a fan, but I want to talk about it because it seems that, you know, like you can see, it's very, very popular. This TV show anime, you know, produced by Shueisha. That is just unique. Nice color, nice paint job on the portrait, that's for sure, no denying it. But there's a lot of blue here. There's a lot of resin. The paint job on this picture, the detail in that book, it's cool. Now, if you're looking at Black Clover, you can go to, you know, brand. You know, there's other statues that have been produced. You know, the you know, Prime One Studio, Creation at Works, Collectibles has produced a few. They're all on pre-orders here. So definitely this company. And this company has produced some really very neat stuff. Like you can see, this is the stuff on pre-order here. And I want to talk about it because they definitely do, like Doraemon Time Machine. That went on pre-order a while ago. And it was sold out. That is another really nice piece. Very classic. But they have done other things. Also definitely working with a Black Clover, Ultraman. They're doing some stuff there. Doraemon, of course, here's another 1/6 scale statue here. But even if you go to Spec Fiction and use the CAW, let me see if we can find it. All right, there's Creations at Work, and you look at this company here, you can see also the pre-orders are here. There, they definitely have. And I'm sure that this will come here. This piece that we just saw is going to come here eventually. But this is what we have seen so far on those pre-orders. Asta, Jammy, those are for Black Clover. And again, this Doraemon. Although here, it's already sold out over there, but it's on pre-order here. So, which is kind of cool that it's here. So if you're a Doraemon fan, Time Machine Premium 1/6 scale, this is a very neat statue. And they give you this little sign that they give with all the pieces. It's kind of like their own symbol signature. They give you like a little thing. That is a very, very neat statue for Doraemon fans. So yeah, that is cool. You know, this is company CAW Collectibles, Creations at Work Collectibles. Just keep an eye on them. Definitely, there's a company that is doing some really, really neat stuff. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, and now this is thanks to my good friend Gaming with Dummies. I'm not sure if you're still here, but I want to talk about the next 1/6 piece. And in that case, I want to talk about the one you were mentioning, which is Zodiakos Studios. So let me go to, actually to YouTube. Zodiakos Studios. Right there. That's the video. That is the video that you mentioned here. I'm gonna turn off the music just in case that if for some reason I don't know if you can see the whole thing. I just increased it. I'm not sure if it's gonna come up like that, but that is the video, and that I just saw it while we were on break with Gemini statue, and definitely I would recommend anybody to follow. Yeah, it's coming up. That is a very nice statue. No doubt about it. We have seen other Gemini, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you, Gaming, for that. Thank you for. So I saw it, and when I was on break, I just went to my phone and said, "Look at it." That is a very impressive Gemini statue, and I think it seems that there's 2 different versions of them, and they're both amazing. Like, of course, like this one with the explosion of those stones and moons. There's 2 different variants. Yeah, like you can see it right there. Yeah, there's 2 versions. They're both impressive, and I like the interchangeable portraits on one. So let me try it again. I don't want that. Actually, this is from another piece. We have to talk about Zodiakos. This is a 1/6 scale statue. This is another impressive one. Let me go back. We already talked about this one before, so I don't want to cover it right now. So let's do it again. Just for reference here. It has a light up feature. I can see that now. On the base. Very cool. And I do like the detail. I think this is a very impressive one. I like the pose they chose for both, you know, for the models, and definitely the action here with extended hands. Definitely, it's a very, very, very good and reminiscent of the anime and of course of the manga. But this is good, and I do like the evil portrait on this one. I think the evil portrait is perhaps the best part on this one. Looks great with the evil portrait more than with the regular portrait. Now this one looked great like that. Very, very cool, man. That's it. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, they are twins. Oh, the twin. Okay, yeah, because of the both sides of the Gemini. Yeah, the good side and the bad side. I just pre-ordered both. You did? Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'm looking at this one. Let's see if we can pause it right here. Yeah, you know, the good side and the bad side. Okay, they look. Oh, because of the brothers. Yeah, I see what you mean. So, that is really cool. That is really, really cool. And as you were mentioning early, they have it on pre-order. Koilan. Yeah, because I said right there, Koilan. So let's go. Let me actually go there. Right there, Koilan. This is a store for anything that has to do with anime statues. Here, they also Facebook group in Spanish, customer service, and they have in Spanish. I really don't know where they actually located, but definitely they service a lot of the anime stuff. Anything that different categories, you can go to different categories. This is a very interesting. This is a great website if you're interested on anime statues. I've been here before, but I don't use it much, of course, although I should. And this is like all the stuff that they have on pre-order, which they have a lot of great pre-orders here. Very neat in the anime world. If you're into the anime statue, this is a place to come. But here he having the Gemini Saint Seiya Studios Saga Canon licensed resin statue. The price varies. I can see they're around, technically around $1,100 per piece. $1,200 because it's almost, you know, we're talking about pounds. And if you want the whole thing, it's going to be $2,200. So it's going to be around $2,000 above $2,200. And if there's a discount and you do at the, you know, purchase both. But here you can see on this one, you have the option, the version. You can do the Great, the Saga, and the Combo, which is Canon and Saga. So you got the Combo. So now let's look at these pictures. Let's see if we can open them. They're great. And definitely, yeah, for Senseiya fans, looks great. I think they both look great. And okay, now you can also display them like this in a cleaner look. Like without any, you can set them on the stairs, which is a really smart way to display them at different heights. And it looks really good. I like the portrait with this one. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a very nice piece. Thank you for letting me know about it, because I wasn't sure. I didn't even know it was coming out. For anime statues, you can change it to USD on top corner, and prices include shipping. Oh, cool. So even better. Let me see. I'll change it in a moment. Let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. So if I put, okay, right there, Euro, or you can do USD. Thank you very much for the tip. I really don't come to this website much. Kayalan right here. Okay, so so it's good. Like 1,200, and almost 2,400. But if it includes the shipping, which is, I think that's a good deal. So yeah, I would say shipping and customs costs are included. Okay, in the price in the Europe, the US, Australia, and Canada. And the rest of the country, shipping or customs are not included in the price, and a rate will apply depending on the country and the rest in check shipping areas. So okay, that makes sense. Very, very cool. So yeah, it's very cool, very nice. They did a nice job. So yeah, I would say Zodiakos is another company. Just to give you an idea about what Zodiakos is doing, I can come here to Spec Fiction just to use an example. For those who are more familiar with Spec Fiction and feel more comfortable with it, Zodiakos. Zodiakos Studio right here. All the statues that they produce amazing looking statues. We have talked about him, I think, since the beginning, since the first statue that I saw here. I've been talking about him for, for a couple of years now. But I think their Senseiya stuff is one of the most impressive ones. There's a couple companies that produce Senseiya stuff, but I think Zodiakos does amazing work. Other companies are doing amazing work, but I think I do like how they do it here. The action poses that they use, and the bases and the detail in the bases is very, very good. Like this Libra. That is a very nice one. I love this one for sure. So yeah, all the pieces are great. So yeah, Zodiakos did an amazing job. Again, this is a nice company, and kudos to them for doing such an amazing job for sure. So that's a lot of switch up posting options. You can change, okay. And I'm collecting the Zodiakos line. Yeah, I think so. I think what the difference I would say with Zodiakos and other companies, yeah, if you can go with Tsume, for example, where they have the Ika in the Hikage, whatever, the Ikage statues, they're more like simpler. Other companies do simpler stuff. But it seems that Zodiakos is more into the giving you a lot of options to do so many different things, which in the end is good. It gives you the ultimate representation of a character for sure. All right, my friends, let's time to move on. I want to move on to the next thing. So I'm going to now to Sideshow Collectibles. Now let's get into the quarter scale. And I want to talk about the next piece here, which is a teaser that was announced, which is this Wolverine X23 that was announced, and now you can actually go through the teaser, whatever. But this is the own cage premium format figure quarter scale coming soon. I will tell you, a lot of people are not happy with this teaser. I don't know if happy with this piece. I will say I get it. I get it why people are not happy with it, because it seems basic. You know, that's the point. I was talking to a friend. It reminds me a lot of the, even the, in some way I felt like it kind of like remind me of Kotobukiya, the Vishoyo line in some way, kind of like a Vishoyo but in quarter scale. This is more playful. Of course, sometimes people think about X-23 as more of a, like a savage character on the line of Wolverine, but X-23 has evolved over time in the comics to the point that she's a bit more mature. It's not like the original X-23 when she came out in the comics where she was always more violent and prompt to it. I feel that she have seen an evolution where she's more in control of herself. So maybe that's what they're trying to represent here. Of course, when people look at the expression on Cage, they thinking of a savage X-23, and in some way it can be translated as that. You think she's on Cage, she's on she has no, she's on care, she's definitely on savage mode. She's not. She just, I would say, on Cage in the sense that she's no longer trapped in the cage. Like if you follow the more recent comics of Wolverine and the X-23, you realize he is more sure of herself, more in control. So I think that's what they're trying to say when they say on Cage, not because she's violent, more it's because she's not longer, you know, trapped into that cage where she's a savage animal. She's just a person in control of herself. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. I'm just maybe thinking too deep into it. But regardless of that concept or idea they were trying to represent, it's very clear that this is a they're playing it safe with this character. Just to be on the just for that. And gaming, yeah, thank you for looking at that. No, you're welcome. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know until you told me. But yeah, it with Wolverine and with this X-23, I am definitely it still feels safe. And I know some people prefer, there's been so many different versions of her and more brave and more into like this attack mode. This is the most simpler basic X-23 perhaps they can go for. Maybe that's what she got approved for. She's a little more, the smirk in her smile is a little more playful. It's okay, it's all right. I wouldn't say that this is the one that is going to sell crazy, but definitely you never know. It may have also an interchangeable portrait. It may have something that out of their sleeve where Sideshow's gonna do something else with this one, and maybe people go for it. It's still a very nice looking X-23. No doubt about it, on the wall with the Wolverine custom, because of course she was the Wolverine for a time. So okay, so we can go for that. So that's not a bad thing. But the reason why here at Sideshow primarily, and I'm offering here, they want me to stay here so I can get the 10% off. But what I really want to show you here, after this teaser, once it goes on pre-order, when we see the whole thing, then of course we will talk about her. But the thing that I want to show you here is this Captain Rex premium format figure. $995. That's steep for a premium format figure. I'm telling you. I think they went a little overboard with the price, but hey, it's what it is. $995. The base with that explosion. Interesting concept. Very unique. It has the light up base, which they've been doing really nice light up bases. That's not bad at all. I think it's gonna look really nice. There's the sculptor and the painter, Bernardo Esquivel, right there. As always, a fantastic painter. Aaron McNaught is the sculptor. Nice job with that one for sure. And it's nice that they actually having pictures now with the artists. They should be doing it all the time. But here you can see this sculpt. The only thing I would say is that I wish he has an interchangeable portrait. Or you can see another thing. It's still, the light up feature is super impressive, particularly in the dark. Looks really neat. And I think that they've been improving fantastically with their light up features in their bases, as we saw with the what is that, the Ghost Rider. It looks impressive, and they've been doing impressive bases. 28.7 inches tall, pretty impressive. Some people might not be fans of the action pose. They would prefer a museum pose. I still think it's a very clean, very clear way to do it. Separates that from the other. It just makes it different. If you're into action poses, definitely this is one that really kind of does it, and it does it really nicely. It's a very nice picture piece, and the pictures really showcase that. Now, again, I wish it has interchangeable parts. Different portraits would have been amazing, particularly at this price point. That would be more incentive to buy. but it's, you know, there's no switch outs. So that is what people would say, well, that's too expensive for something like this. Still, it's an impressive piece. Don't get me wrong, it's still nice. But it would be nice to incentivize people. There's no exclusive, so I don't know how many they're gonna produce. Still looks nice, you know, the action and everything. It's just not necessarily a super fan. All right, so this is what we have with Sideshow. Now here, is Spec Fiction good to buy from? Oh yes, it is. It's a great company. A good company if you are, I don't know where you stay, but if you're in the United States or even internationally, a good Spec Fiction has been in business for like 10, 11 years or so. Good company. I've seen it grow. Many fans will tell you they're one of the best when it comes about customer service and customer satisfaction. I like them. They're a great company. But yeah, this is what we saw here with the Sideshow piece. And let me also show you another thing. And I was talking about another company. I want to get into the larger scale pieces. And we've been at let me show you. I was thinking if I take a break now or I come back and finish this stuff. But before we get into I'm not sure. I might take just a break now. No, let's get into it. Let's keep going. I want to take you to Facebook. Now, let me drink some water. I'm going to take you to Legendary Beast. Legendary Beast Studio. All right, I'm taking you to Legendary Beast Studio because I want to show you. This company's been really in the conversations for quite some time because of everything that happened, of course, with XM Studios, the separation, going into their own route. People are really happy with the statue. This Hulk, people are super excited. There's a lot of news that are happening with Legendary. Look at this one. Jelena, she's a great friend also from this channel. She's also a follower of this channel. And we have, we're friends on, and she's great. She's a great collector. And look at how massive that Hulk looks with her. She's so happy. Her husband and her, they're really great collectors, and they're super happy with that statue. Look at that. So they were sharing that in the group. But there are other statues. But what I really wanted to show you, there was actually, you can see the Rogues Gallery with Chris Michael. Jay was there. But what I wanted to show you is this. This is what it was showcased. This is a teaser of what is to come, and I want to look at it because I think this is a very interesting teaser. And this is, of course, as you can see, the Joker and Harley Quinn, and I think this is going to be a 1/3. It is within the 1/3. It is the concept that was showcased. This is what's coming. And I will tell you, the piece looks really nice. Again, they're doing this elaborate basis, which is really nice. The Joker, of course, the really science in the back with this laugh and all that. It's okay. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it's a nice detail. Hopefully, you can actually remove them. But the base itself, with all the details, it says Arkham Asylum detailed there. It's super well done. Now you can see Harley. The assets in Harley are great. You know what I mean? Like, they make it voluptuous for sure. So that's what actually Joker is pretty much dines in every night, I guess. I don't know. Look at that. She's voluptuous. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It looks great, but it's a great concept. I think people, and of course, when you're talking about the way they do things, this company does, there's a lot of things they add on. Like how many interchangeable parts you're gonna see, what they're gonna do with it, how many versions they're gonna have. I don't know, but this Filipino company, Filipino company, it's really in the conversations right now. They're doing amazing work. There's a lot of things they're doing. He's been actually doing the rounds with a lot of different podcasts, been in different videos. A lot of people are, this Hulk, many consider the best Hulk in existence. It's just a lot that people are looking into. And definitely, if you want to know more about Legendary Beast, you can come to their public group, Legendary Beast Studios official group. Just join it, and definitely you're gonna keep on track. Definitely, if you want to if you want to collect these pieces, definitely you're gonna spend some money because they're not cheap. They're not for the faint of heart. They're for the ones who have a lot of money to blow. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to point out right there with Legendary Beast teaser. Now the next piece I want to cover right now, and we're still on the 1/3 scale. I want to talk about I'm gonna take you to JND Studios. And very cool. I might pre-order a Zodiakos piece from them. Yeah, I would say you will not be disappointed with Spec Fiction if you ever get the chance to order from them. Yeah, try it. You'll see. You'll be satisfied. Now, JND Studios. They have this week a new piece, a 1/3 scale statue of John Wick, which some people are divided about it. The price, of course, you can see the John Wick 1/3 is almost $2,300, and of course there's the shipping cost, which you also have to do that. To order, you must pay your deposit. The deposit is $460, which includes the NRD, non-refundable deposit. With shipping is ready, the final payment notice for the balance is $1,839 plus shipping fees. This will be emailed. You can actually go to the payment plan, which is the offer, which is great on this piece, and so on and so on. You can order from them directly. I think they have the international license for this one, so they're not limited just to certain countries. And I do like what JND does here. This John Wick looks really, really neat. Now, we're not gonna enlarge the pieces, so let me take you to Facebook. And we're gonna look at JND. Here you're gonna look at the pictures with John Wick. Of course, this is when everything, the edition size is to be disclosed. They don't have it yet. The shipping countries is worldwide, which is great, so anybody can buy from any place. Here, the price, of course, is up there. But when you look at the pictures of this piece, let's look at the photos. Of course, there's been a lot of little thing back and forth between some collectors because they don't see the likeness with the actor. Here you can see the base, of course, with the tag. You know, this is the New York vehicle tag. Some people are not necessarily fans of it. Look at this picture. They're making the comparison. Somebody just posted difference between this poster and this image here. And I can certainly see what they're trying to say. At the same time, there's two different angles. I want to point that out because they're trying to say that they're not the same. But the reality is that this one, he is bowing down a little more. He is looking more straight here, and it's mostly the angle where the picture was taken. So technically he's taken from an angle where he's looking down more, or you don't even see on this, you don't see his neck. It's hidden, not because of the shirt, because they both have a shirt. It's because it's hidden because of the angle. The camera is a little above, a little kind of in an angle, while this camera on this one is a little not 100%. So technically, if you cannot rotate a little more, or the camera can go a little higher, then probably will look a little closer to this. So I think the comparison is baffling to me. And sometimes, you know, some people don't realize that it's the lens that is used in the camera that makes the difference. Whether the lens that was used for the actor when the picture was taken to the lens that is taken to this when the collectibles are taken, lenses make a big difference. A lens can make you look, chubbier. A lens can make you look a little taller. A lens can, depending on the type of lens, of the angle of the lens and all that, the depth of the lens. So, you know, and sometimes the problem that sometimes people are trying to make comparisons with photography, with photographs, with pictures, is never the best idea, because there's always going to be a difference in photo to photo. And I think at the same time, humans look different in so many different ways because you're not always the same. So I wouldn't say that the likeness is 100%, but I certainly can see the character here. I can definitely see him, the actor. I can see John Wick here. You know, if you don't see it and they say, well, you know, this company's done it better, you know, we're looking at prototypes. Even when we're trying to compare the Blitzway one, we're talking about prototypes. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of choice. You choose whatever you think is best, or the one that you prefer. But I don't see anything wrong with this one. It's a simple depiction, and I like it. You know, this one is more of the picture. This picture should be more of the comparison because you don't see the neck the most. It's a little more on that angle. That looks more like the other picture. So yeah, you know, people will make those comparisons. I can see it. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. It just had to be the closest possible. And you say, well, for the price we're paying, it should be perfect. I'm sorry, but it's not like you know, you're not buying it. And somebody wrote that I see in David Beckham in this picture, I think is the eyebrows and expression. I think people will see whatever they want to see. And sometimes they will see things that perhaps are not necessarily the most accurate thing. But it's everybody's entitled to have an opinion. Everybody sees things in different ways. But I don't see anything wrong with this piece. I do see it. I see that it has a lot of closeness to it. And I think they did a good job with it. And again, a silicone piece, which is even more natural than any other statue. So why not go for it? So I think it's good. It would be fans of it. The people that are going to like it. There are people that are not going to like it. But ultimately, I think it's not a bad piece. And of course, some people will make fun of it because there's always going to be some people that, you know, there's always going to be trolls no matter what. You know, people are going to troll anything because that's the nature of things. And, you know, just have to kind of keep moving. You do what you have to do. And, you know, some people will be pleased, some people are not. Ultimately, I think the people who will get this in the end, I think they will be pleased because that's something that I see a lot with JND Studio statues is that in the end, a lot of the pieces they produce, people are fully satisfied in the end with the final product. So that is good news. You know, I haven't really seen people complaining about the final product. They complain about the prototype, but they don't complain about the final product. And that is in the end the biggest proof. And that is in the end the ultimate goal, the ultimate test. If your final product matches at least what they promised and people are satisfied with that final product, then it doesn't matter what people say prior to that process. So, you know, that's just the way it is. All right, my friends, let me take my final break. I need to get up after, you know, I cannot simply stay for an hour. And when we come back, I want to talk about Prime 1 Studio and Blissway, combination with their Batman statue. We're going to talk about PCS and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Underground diorama. We're going to also look at Tamashinations with a replica sword, Factory Entertainment also. And it's not really that much. It's only a few that we're going to cover. But give me just a few minutes and I'll be right back and we finish that. We put a ball on it and we're done with it for the night. But thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and be right back. Don't forget to leave a like. I'll see you in a moment, my friends.
That we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what choice to control me. I'm letting go another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I know an entire inside my reality. Wait for me. I know you're going to remember me this way. gun blade. Better obey me. Better obey me. Better obey me. Ballin' out on the freeway. Watch me chase that. Watch this gun blade. Better obey me. Better obey me. Better obey me.
yeah. Better off, better off. I am wicked, you're insane. But I wouldn't have it any other way. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, we're toe to toe. We're always on the road. Worse or better, we can't stop, we can't stop. Cause together, we're better off. And we can.
All right, my friends, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to take this break for a few minutes. This is my final break. I wish I could do this in an hour. I can't do this in an hour, even though if I try, man, I try. But once I start riled up talking about things, it's just like I cannot stop it. It is what it is. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching, for supporting the channel. Thank you for leaving likes. Thank you for everything you do. It's really appreciated. I do everything as best as I can, but I do it from the bottom of my heart. I like to talk about these things. I like to share. I like to have conversations and look at this stuff. In any case, let's get into the last section. The last is pushed till the end, and I want to take you now. And don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know you're watching, whether you're watching this live now or whether you're watching in the future. As always, as I always mention, I timestamp everything, so this video will be timestamped tomorrow. You know, in the morning. That's when I get to it. I just go to the video, timestamp it, make sure that everything is nice and neat. If you can find the stuff that you can go there directly, and so you can hear my opinion on respect of that particular thing. All right, so let's get back into it. Let's go to Prime 1 Studio. Let's go to Prime 1 Studio because they released this statue right here, the half scale, in collaboration with Blissway, of course. Highly anticipated. A lot of people are excited for this one. Some people are happy because, of course, they're quarter scale collectors, they're 1/3 scale collectors, and half scale is like going into a totally different beast. And some people may not be fans, but there are fans out there that are willing to pay the price. I think the price is fair for a half scale. It's still steep, but hey, $2,600, very realistic looking. I will tell you, Blissway has always does amazing portraits, and the technology that they use now, Blissway back in the day used to do all those PVC portraits. Now they're doing resin ones, and they look amazing, fully sculpted ones. And here you can see the likeness with the actor. It's just spot on. It's so amazing. Michael Keaton's likeness is there. Now, as you can see with this statue, there's nothing extra that comes with it. You get the red leather fabric cape, so that is real leather. Red. They said real leather fabric cape. You get LED illumination on the base, which is amazing. You get glass eyes, which they look fantastic, by the way. Swappable hand parts, and pretty much it. The whole package, everything you need. The only thing that is missing is just the Batmobile, and that will be it. A half-scale Batmobile. But, it looks great. Of course, the light up features. He has those little lamps. That is really a nice looking piece. And the likeness is so great on this statue. They did a really nice job. Those eyes, glass eyes, look amazing. Definitely, Prime 1 Studio and Blissway in this collaboration that they do, the work they do. And as we talk about it on the Prime 1 Studio and the Next Level Showcase, the most recent one, it seems that this partnership is getting stronger. They have a lot of projects together. They do a lot of things together, which in my opinion are great. Look at those eyes. Really neat. Very well done. And the light up features, the way they do it. Some people might not be super crazy about the light ups like that. There's just lamps. But I think they're really neat, at least to give her that. It really looks great. The sculpt is great. And with the different switch up parts, you can do different things. And that gives you the idea of the half scale. So it's 1 meter tall. And I will tell you, just by the dimensions there, definitely Michael Keaton is he's not really a tall guy. So it's in the right scale. So it looks good. Very nice detailed statue for sure. This is definitely for the movie fanatic. the one that wants the piece to stand out, definitely this will be the one. They did a really nice job with it. So yeah, kudos to them for doing another amazing looking piece. Round One Studio Bliss and Blissway in this collaboration. This is the other Batman that we saw before. This is the ultimate version. This is another piece. At this one, what scale was this one again? I think this was a half scale. No, this is 1/3 scale, which that tells you about the price. Like this one was ultimate version that has all the different Batmans at 1/3 scale, and it was really well done as well. It's now on the wait list. That's for 1/3 scale collectors. Now, now you get the half scale. Of course, price wise, it's not for everyone, but understanding that the times, I think it's really fair, and hopefully they also can just a Michael Keaton one also to go alongside it. So yeah, kudos to them for doing this type of work. Now I want to take you to PCS exclusives, PCS collectibles, and we're gonna look at the exclusive because this week they did an amazing piece of work that is sold out already, sold out quickly. The exclusive sold out there. You know, you see all the exclusives they have. None of them has sold out, and we have talked about all of them for quite some time. All of them, they're still on sale, as you can see. They're still on sale, a lot of these pieces. And they have some amazing, like the Devastator is a nice one. The Vampirella looks amazing. You know, all these different pieces are great. Michael Jordan is weird with that extension on, you know, that. But I think if I have to choose between that Michael Jordan piece like that to this Tennis Mitchell Underground Premium, I think this is the one. Even though the price was steep, it didn't matter. It sold $2,200, almost $2,300. This piece is there's another option, which is the regular version. You can find that also many places, Big Bad Toy Store, Sideshow, they have it as well. But I would recommend to come to Premium PCS website because you get the discount, you get a couple of things. But here is the one. The only one thing that I would say that I'm not necessarily crazy about is the fact that it's a full size, you know, it's a real size, life size. It would have been nice if we just made it like, I don't know, like a 1/3 or quarter scale. But they decided to go full with it, full size, life size. And of course, this canister of the, you know, the ooze and all that, that's actually the exclusive part of it. And of course, you get, if you buy directly from Premium Collectibles, then you get the black gloves, you get the ruby tickets, you get discounts, the you know, the metallic certificate of authenticity, all that. You get a couple of things, some extras, some discounts and all. Look at this one, the height and size. It looks really neat. You know, this is the type of thing that you would think, who would think about something like this? Who would actually come up with this idea? It's such a fun idea. And I think sometimes this is the great thing about fun ideas. Like, you know, companies, sometimes they do certain things. Mostly on they play it safe. This one is not safe, but this is fun. You know, it's like companies say, let's just try this for fun and see how it does. You know, like the Michael Jordan thing with the extended arms, that is just a fun idea, but at the same time, kind of like went too far left because now it's too much extension. This one maybe it's a life size. Maybe that was too much. Maybe a 1/3 would have been better, or quarter scale. But still, it's a life size. It's really a nice, detailed, impressive thing. And yeah, it's steep. It's a cool idea, but because it's a cool idea, very unique, that you don't see often or ever. So I think that's the reason why it did so well. Now, with this in the end match, the final product will match the quality of the paint job. Everything detail will match what you see in this prototype. Who knows? That's something that is still has to be left. You know, it's still there, hanging in there. We don't know because you know, the quality with Premium Collectibles over the years always been kind of hit or miss. You know, the prototypes are amazing looking. The final product, not so much. But I think there's potential. Like here you can see on the table where it was, you know, they were taking the picture, kind of cool. Very nice concept, very different. I'm telling you. Very different for sure. And of course, this is from the, and I like now the detail here. Although it would be nice if they added a little more detail because that actually doesn't show on the poster. When you look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles poster, when you look at that classic poster, like this one right here. Oh, this is just, I don't need that. I just want to see it. kind of give an idea. This is, of course, I'm using this for reference. Look at this poster. That's what I use in a poster. The poster in the background. Look at this one. You don't really know exactly what's behind it. So technically, what they have to do is come up with an idea, come up with a concept to represent that. They did a really nice job. There's a couple of changes that I can see from here to what they did here. Like I can see even in the changes on the portrait, it's very similar, but not necessarily 100% what you saw on the poster. Like there's some changes that are similar, but not everything. Like a couple of things are not completely accurate when you compare one with the other. There are a couple of differences, but other than that, you know, there's no sign in the background. We don't know what the background is, or like you really don't know. Not the background in this case, the top of that, the sewer cover, the lid. So they have to come up with an idea. It would be nice if it were put like a City of New York or something like that. They could have just simply added there. That would have been made it really nice and neat. But yeah, this position, nobody really cares much about it. I think this is gonna be fully resin, and they seem that they are like in water. Like you can see this clear resin. So that's an idea that you don't see in the poster. I think it's just they came up with that idea, which is kind of ugly because it's sewer water. Well, they live in the sewers anyway, but that's like rainwater. So that's, and it's kind of oozing out of it. That's something that you don't see in the poster, but they just came up with the idea to add it. In the end, it's still a cool concept. Overall, you know, they're just weird and unique, and definitely they managed to sell it for the price. They were only 150, and they were able to see 150. I put it this way, they make a ton of money out of it, just like that. Because you're looking at what, 20? How much was it again? $22.50. Just an idea. I'm gonna give you just for exclusive. If you sell them all like this, $22.50 times 150, it's like $337,000 that you made just for the exclusives, and that doesn't even count the regulars that they are for sale, and the regulars that have everything. So yeah, this was a really nice bonus. This is one of those pieces that you're like, oh man, we make the money and we made it right away. So they got a really nice pocket, you know, cashin. They cash in on this one really quick, and that is always good. You don't really at that price point, you know, you don't have to. Of course, we hope now that they're able to match the quality in the end with this piece. Only time can tell. Still, it's a nice concept. Congratulations. You can still get the regular, which is in the end is the same thing. The only thing is that you don't get some of the extra bonuses, but you can go just for the regular option here or anywhere else. And this one also another $150 just for the regular one. And you can go to Sideshow. So yeah, they're making some good money out of this whole collection here. They're doing really nice on this one. Very, very cool. You can go to Sideshow there too. I think Sideshow has it. They also have it there. I saw it in a Big Bad Toy Store. So yeah, they have it here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right there. They have it there. So yeah, you know, it's not bad. You can make money. They're making money out of this for sure. So kudos to them for doing such an amazing job. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about here at Sideshow, now that we're here, the next thing that is on the list here. If you're a fan of replicas, this is the Ninshirin sword, the Jiju Tomioka. This is, if you're a fan, of course, of Demon Slayer, this is the sword. This is part of the Proplicas as the this is this line from Tamashii Nations that is just for replicas. And here you can see the render is the classic anime pros. Voice recordings are included for 2 different modes. So you have even voice on this one, which is a concept that is kind of weird for me. That it has voice activation or voice sounds or whatever. I don't know really how that works. But here is that. Very cool. I'm not sure if that is metallic or just like some sort of plastic. But regardless of it, even the handle, the hilt looks great, and the detail on the sword, the engraving. This is definitely a very nice replica of a sword, and I think the price $170 is even a much better price. Now you get of course the Ninshirin sword, you get the scabbard, scabbard, which you get the stand. You get the Nishirin sword Jinju Tomiyaka instructions manual comes with it. Let's see what kind of materials it comes with it, because it seems to me that it might be just plastic for that price, because if it was real metal, it will be a lot more expensive. But in any case, $170, interesting replica. When you look at the stuff that Tamashii Nations does, Proplica. Let me see here with Tamashii Nations going into the different swords. Here you can see some of the replicas, the Proplicas that they use. They do different things. Of course, they do a lot of different action figures. So we talk about a lot of different things that they have. I'm trying to see replicas here. This is what they have on the replica side. This is the stuff from Sailor Moon, if I'm not mistaken. And trying to see if there's anything else there that we could use for reference. No, I don't see it. In any case, this is what we have with them. We could also go to Big Bad Toy Store. They also have him there. If you look at Proplica, this is the company, Bandai Spirits, the Machination, same company. Here you can see it, the things that they produce. Look at all the different swords that we have from Demon Slayer. They've been producing a lot of different swords from Demon Slayer. This is the most recent one. The stuff that they produce also for Sailor Moon. So yeah, this is something that they've been doing for quite some time. Sword Art Online. So yeah, this company definitely is doing some very, very interesting stuff. And it's kind of cool. Not denying how cool it is. Tiger and Bunny. Always loved that. I love that anime. That's also another one. So there's a lot of elements here. The Legend of Zelda Master Sword. That's one that went recently on pre-order. Sold out quickly too. So yeah, that is kind of cool. So yeah, kudos to them for that one. Now the next thing I want to talk about here at Sideshow, and this will be the final product that we're going to talk about. Another replica from another company that also specializes in replicas. This is this one right here, the Crown of King Viserys Targaryen. And this is from, of course, the Game of Thrones. This is the House of Dragons, a king. And here, $350. Very nice concept. I think it's a great price with the crown, the detail there. Even the little swords that are used as stand with the stand. It's kind of like a very neat concept. It just rested on top of it. Very cool. This is a nice replica, and definitely I like that even inside the base you see that detailed House of Dragon, that symbol there. Factory Entertainment, the Crown of King Viserys Targaryen, Game of Thrones limited edition prop replica. Very nice detail there in the center. Really well done. This company Entertainment, what's the name again? Factory Entertainment really specializes on those type of replicas, and I think they do amazing work without really breaking the bank in comparison. Here you can see the things that they have. A lot of the stuff, the Games of Thrones, the stuff of course for Star Trek, Back to the Future. You can see a lot of different things that they have done over the years. Black Manta helmet, the Mumra helmet sold out, things like that. You know, they do a lot of these replicas, which is always cool to have. That Skeletor sword, I think that was another one people love. The God Killer sword, you know, from in this case from Wonder Woman. Deathstroke sword, sort of Athena. The Trident. So they do that. The Power Sword that's on the wait list. Very nice. So yeah, they do amazing stuff. You can definitely go also to Instagram and look at entertainment. What's that? Factory Entertainment. Not now. Look at Factory Entertainment. This company is based in California, but here you can see all the stuff they do. This Moonra helmet, that is really, really neat. But yeah, you can see the Star Trek stuff. Very cool stuff that they have. And they have done for quite some time. That Back to the Future light, very, very cool from this company, doing amazing. The Thundercat sword, look at that. So the She-Ra sword. Yeah, they definitely do replicas, and I think the prices are really fair. They're never like going crazy. Yeah, that factory alley, what they did with that model, that's a cool model. Very cool stuff. Man, look at that one. Now that I'm selling mine, man. The USS Excelsior. I don't even know how much they asked for this one, but that's Fee Master's work. Very cool looking too. Very nicely done. But yeah, this is what entertainment, you know, factory entertainment does. They do amazing work. And I'll show you, we can look at Proplica. I don't know if Proplica has his own. I don't think they do. But the stuff they do here, I don't think they do. But yeah, they do a lot of this Sailor Moon stuff that Proplica was doing. Yeah, this company does a lot of work for that. But yes, that's the machinations in the end. All right, so now coming definitely to the end of the video. Let me wait a few seconds. Maybe we can give some final words. All right. Now at the end of the video, I want to say thank you very much for everybody that stopped by today. Of course, I want to say to all of you, Late Night Trip, thank you, my friend. Squad Captain, Gaming with Dummies, thank you very much, my friend. Also, what else we got? I don't want to miss anybody. I want to thank everyone. I think everyone has been very nice today. Thank you for really giving me the opportunity. And any other, you know, because I think there was others, but everyone, I want to say thank you very much for. Oh yeah, Mitchell Lawrence, thank you, Mitchell. I want to say to all of you, definitely it's really interesting what companies do. There's never lack of anything. Companies do amazing, and I think when companies have fun with things is when things are better. Even they're better for them financially because they make more money by doing so. Having fun with things, you know, creating art, just the fun of it. It sticks sometimes, you know. It's better sometimes to do that. And the companies that do that, I think they move forward. Like we saw with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Diorama, very cool idea. Nobody unexpected. I don't think people would ask him for something like that, but it's very cool and it did so well. Why not? You know, like companies like Proplica or Factory Entertainment producing replicas that, you know, people would think, oh, why does it matter? People love that kind of thing, and it sells well. Sometimes it's better than just going by what everybody else is doing. I think the companies, they're getting more conflict because the ones that are doing something that everybody else does. You know, when you're producing, let's say, a John Wick, which is nice, JND is doing a John Wick, which is great. But it also has to compete with Prime One Studio and any other company that wants to do John Wick. So it's always going to be this comparison: who has the better likeness. People are comparing even statues with action figures, with Hot Toys or whatever, trying to find, you know, which one does it better. And so it's a very crowded market to try to please, because everyone has an idea what's best. So the companies that stand out on their own terms, they do things that nobody else is doing, are the ones that actually get a better chance to succeed, because in the end, you know, there's no competition, nobody else there to take the crown from you, because, you know, how many Hulk has been produced? There's always going to be another Hulk. So you are bringing a Hulk in a very crowded market full of Hulks. So you have to bring your A game. And in some cases, you know, it doesn't work like that. You know, even you do your best and still doesn't work. So companies that find their niche and they find the product that actually they cater to that market and nobody else is there to compete, then they do fine. Like Joy Toy with the Warhammer 40k action figures, you know, there's nobody else doing. There's other companies doing it, but not the way the Joy Toy does it. at the scale they do, and well, everything they produce, they, you know, they can actually keep producing, and nobody really bits an eye. Nobody really complains because there's nobody else to, you cannot compare it with anything else. That's just them. So go by that. Any other company, Mezco Toys, struggles, of course, because at the end of the day, people are gonna compare Mezco with Marvel Legends, and of course it's an unfair comparison because one is $30, the other one is $100. You know, it comes with more extras, but there's always gonna be that comparison, who does it better, and ultimately people can be biased about one thing or the other thing. So, you know, this is the thing, you know, try to do something that nobody else does. Threezero does its own thing, you know, those 1/6 scale figures, but figures that nobody else is doing. Like Spy Cross Family, who else is doing figures, action figures on 1/6 scale? You know, maybe a company's doing it, but they're doing it their way. So it's always that competition that really keeps things interesting. Kotobukiya maintains the same. Then also companies that maintain the same standard with the same inconsistency with the same collections, they do well. Kotobukiya has been doing the same thing with the Artifacts, Artifacts J, Artifacts Plus for many years. So why to change? And at the same time, that kind of bugs down some companies, because when they're not willing to change or make new things, then they become stagnant, you know. And that's the problem with some companies, that they become stagnant, and that's the problem that sometimes people are criticized because of that. They have winners, the statues that they, or announcements or collectibles that they announce that people love, and some others that people are not so happy with, and they're more critical about. Sideshow is one of them, you know, gets a lot of more criticism that actually love and praise. Unfortunately, yes, unfair, but that is the reality. Is because, you know, in many ways Sideshow plays it safe, you know, brings the same character over and over, you know, has different variations of the same characters that, you know, and you don't see anything new from Sideshow. You know, Sideshow hasn't really done anything new in a long time. You know, I'm not saying that they don't do new things or cool things, but what was the last time Sideshow went into a new license? You know, they always gonna do Marvel, they always do Star Wars, or they do DC stuff, and they might throw something off here and there, like one of their collections that they produce, and but other than that, they just don't try anything different, and maybe that works for them, but of course not necessarily makes everybody happy. All right, my friends, this is it. I already kind of shared that. You know, maybe it's been an interesting night. I appreciate it. We're here almost 3 hours. In a few seconds will be 3 hours. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you stumble onto this channel and you're never really been here or whatever. If you like it, you know, subscribe, please. Support that way. Leave a comment. Let me know if you watch. Let me know what you think about the stuff that we watched tonight. If you like it, if you didn't like it, just let me know. Also, you know, social media. Thank you for, you know, for following me there. Whether it's Facebook, you know, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, you know, just let me know that you're watching. I truly appreciate it when you're, you know, you spend time with me and let me know that you're doing those things. Let me know that you know, that really means a lot. It makes my job a lot easier, I think. At least helps me to continue doing what I'm doing. So everyone, thank you very much. I'm just typing something this here. Let me just type this before I go. Yeah, good night. Yeah, type it just for everyone to read. But yeah, again, I would say thank you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Tomorrow, Sunday, you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Now, just for reference, I'm going on vacation next week. So I'll be gone next weekend. So we're not gonna have a live video then. And throughout the week, I'll try to have some content, some pre-recorded stuff. So you don't go without. But I'm not gonna be, of course, I'm not gonna be here. I'm taking time with the family. We need the vacation, the summer vacation, so we go with my wife, and so we'll be out. My nephew, you know, we will be out, but we'll be back. I'm not sure if we'll be back to do the live video the following week. I might or I might not. So I might skip two weekends, and if that's the case, well, I'll make it up for you. I'll make it up to you when I get back. But I want to say again, thank you very much for being here and being supportive of this channel. Thank you, everyone. Take care, my friends. God bless you, and stay tuned because I'm working on some videos that will go hopefully live in the next few days. You know, pre-recorded videos, and you know, let me know what you think about them. when you watch them. So my friends, thank you. And don't forget, hey, if you want to support the channel, if you're interested on purchasing a new Enterprise model, then go to eBay. Just look for JP Sari or look for the Tomy Enterprise and look at my auction, JP Sari. And if you're interested, and if the price is right for you, then go ahead, go for it. So take care, my friends. God bless you. Have a good night.